Hello, wonderful LARP watchers, and welcome back to the Super Mega Happy Fun Time, not Thursday, but Friday stream.
Yeah!
You dirty liar, Constance. You weren't more. That was less.
That was like 40% more enthusiastic.
What is 40% of nothing?
Was it like 2% before?
So for those who aren't watching this live, you'll completely miss that gag. I'm sorry. Quick update. So I've got millions of episodes to upload. I think we're on like 40 something, and I've got to do an explanation for the missing episode using finger puppets to explain what went down. So that will be fun. I've done some more work on the campaign for after this. I'm happy with the direction it's going. I'll be messaging everyone hopefully this week to see what people think to things and bits and bobs. And I've got some fun ideas for competitions of how to get involved with it, which I might put out on the Facebook. Yeah, so that could be fun. Right, shall we get started?
Yes.
I like the idea of goat puppets. Goat puppets. Yes, please. You find yourself on one of the highest points in Barovia. You sit above the mists on a plateau. Can anyone remember the name of this mountain? Or this range of mountains that you are currently on?
This is Mount Gakis.
It is indeed, yes. You find yourself outside something which is known as the Amber Temple. You've gone through thoroughly the top levels, but you didn't really venture into the bottom floors. You recently come sprinting out, arms carrying as much money and gold and treasures that you found locked within Amber Temple as you could. One of the biggest prizes you got was a shield guardian, which Constance currently has the necklace for. But originally, the first person to find it was Casimir. On escaping, you found some horrendous fox-like creature raining down a variety of nasty spells at you, and deciding not to face the creature in your weakened state, you ran. You made it out, and the creature soon gave up its chase and went back to whatever it was doing in the Amber Temple. On leaving the temple, though, there he stood. The third or fourth time that you've met him, Strahd, trying to look as dramatic as fuck, with his cloak billowing behind him, came and had words with you. It did not seem a coincidence that he just happened to be there. And then as combat erupted, at first he paid little to no attention, some strange shield around him absorbing the majority of the attacks, but it did begin to weaken. He then called, as in Rahadin, his henchman, we shall say, entered the fray, attacking Elian first. And then Rahadin was told to stand down by Strahd. And as he did, Bronwyn shot Rahadin, which seemed to anger Strahd as he full-on assaulted her, picking her up and stabbing her multiple times and then turning her into a cat. Constance rugby tackled to the ground Hunter. And then dialogue ensued. Petrina agreed to marry Strahd. You didn't see any spells cast. Your understanding was she'd been dead for a long time because something happened last time she was going to marry him. Someone killed her. Casimir, distraught by this. A wail comes out of his mouth as he broke down, his body battered and bruised, the cold now getting to him. As he huddled over in the fetal position, shaking. You agreed that you would help with the wedding, I believe? And Strahd suggested that Petrina should have a maid of honour. And that is where we'll begin. So you are outside the Amber Temple. On this plateau up in the mountains, there is strangely no wind here. The mist doesn't rise this high, but as you look off the plateau, you can see the top of it like an ocean stretching across the land. In some places, it breaks slightly and you can see towards the ground. It's dusk. The sun has set. And the temperature is beginning to drop. What do you do?
We should get down from here as soon as possible before nighttime falls.
I do not think we'll get off the mountain, but we can at least get back to that guard hut on the gatehouse.
Yes.
There's still wood there. We can still keep warm.
We should make a move then.
Elian, I'm sorry that I had to.
We're gonna talk about all of what just happened when it's just us.
As the ground behind you trembles slightly, and running out of the Amber Temple is this near 10-foot wall of amber as the golem stands next to Constance.
I forgot that we had that. Do you still wish to take it with us, Constance?
I just grabbed the mechanism for it, the necklace for it in combat. I didn't realise that. I wasn't really thinking about the long term, honestly. It was just a split-second decision.
Is it carrying anything? I forget. Did we give it anything to carry?
I think it's carrying.
It's carrying tons. The majority of the treasure is on this creature.
We'll probably take it with us then.
Yeah, it's like a proper beast of burden at the moment.
Is it like sacks that we've tied onto it, sort of thing?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's just get to the guardhouse for now, for that gatehouse.
Yes.
Faster, the sooner we get there, the better. We've been here for a fair amount of time. I don't want to be on the mountain in the dark.
No, we don't know what else is going to be out here.
Yeah.
You see Petrina. She's kind of looking out as Strahd flies out of view, and then she comes back to the room as if you exist again. And for the first time, it's almost like she takes a breath. She takes a very deep, shuddering breath in and out for a couple of seconds. And goes to her brother. You can see Casimir kind of pushes her hands and her embrace away and pushes himself up. I did not go to all this effort. Over all these years just to lose you. Please, Petrina, please don't.
The longer we stay here talking, the colder we're going to get, and we'll die up here. We should have these conversations when we're somewhere safer and warmer.
Let's make our way back to the watchtower. It's going to be a couple of hours, I think, at least, but it's the closest place that isn't here.
Yeah.
Where is Bronwyn?
Red was carrying me.
Red will sort of indicate.
I believe Strahd turned her when she did not stop attacking him.
Okay.
Well, we haven't exactly filled in Bronwyn or Hunter, for that matter.
Well, Hunter's off.
As to why we don't tend to attack Strahd.
Yeah, Hunter seems to be quite pissed that we haven't.
We'll catch up with him at some point.
I'll go talk to him.
Yeah,
Is he?
Yeah.
He walked off.
He's starting to stride down, I think.
Catch up with him when we do.
Yeah.
Now we need to stick together.
Yeah. There's a dead end ahead. He's not going to.
No, but I'd
Yeah, let's jog ahead up to
Yeah.
Ellie.
yeah.
I'll go ahead with Ellie and then just
Cool. So you're
Try and
splitting up a bit. So Elian and Jakul are running ahead.
Yeah,
running
to
after
try and catch
Hunter.
up with Hunter.
Okay. As you run, there's like a point, maybe about 100 foot away, where something changes. The wind just hits you like a truck
Ugh.
All right.
as your clothes and cloaks get pushed away from it. It is seriously cold out of, like, the temperature just drops, even colder than it was with the wind chill coming through. It was cold when you came up the mountain, but you came up during the day, and now you're going down at nightfall. Hunter, how fast are you moving?
I'm just walking normally.
Okay. Yeah, it takes you a couple of minutes to catch up with him. Yeah, you'd hear them from behind as they're not hiding their footsteps. You'd be able to tell very easily without turning around. It's Jakul and Elian.
Just keep walking.
Hey, Hunter,
Hmm.
what you doing?
What? Leaving this mountain. Gonna go do what I'm meant to be doing.
You're all going to be doing that, I thought. We can help you with that.
That was the plan.
Your quarry was here and you did not attack him. The only person that did was myself, Bonwin, and Elian. How do I not know that you won't attack my quarry?
It is a matter of if you are hunting a prey, and that prey has an advantage over you in a situation where you know you cannot defeat it, would you attack that prey then, or would you wait? Would you stalk them for longer and take them out when you know you can kill them for sure? That is the situation we are in now. This creature that we have been hunting, he has the ability to come back. Were we even to manage to defeat him now, were we to kill him, he would only come back the next day. And he would be aware of us. He'd be aware of our strength, and he'd be able to counter us, to summon his legions, to take us seriously. We need to defeat him in the right place, at the right time, to get rid of him for good. This is something that we should have told you earlier, but we did not expect to run into him in this place.
I think it would have been useful to have a conversation to this end, but that's the benefit of hindsight. What I suggest is that the six of us have a conversation when we can do so away from Petrina and her brother
You
to
need to kill her.
actually work out what the situation is.
Killing her may not solve it. Using her as bait may. It may sound heartless, but if there's a situation where he is inviting us to his home as guests, for his wedding,
Both Elian and Jakul would be aware of what happened last time someone killed her.
Yeah.
One of the major weapons we found in there was the sword that Constant has. She
Indeed.
knows, and if she's meant to be his husband, then his wife, his mate,
Hmm.
then of course she is going to tell him.
Yes.
but
That just
Obviously.
means we keep her away from him.
Yeah.
Because it's ill fortune for a bride to see a groom before the wedding day.
yes. And if Constance is to be her maid of honor, she would be at her side at all times, and information would not pass hands. Unless she thought that we were a threat to Strahd, which hopefully we will manage to keep at bay for now.
Look, will you at least wait until we have an opportunity to have this conversation away from Petrina, where we can lay things out on the table and understand exactly how the rest of the group feel and why they did what they did.
And we are in a situation where we have the opportunity to perhaps fulfill your quest.
You know that we're going to go to the werewolf den. We're going to hunt the werewolves.
We're stronger together.
So are you, and we're stronger as a group. They're a pack. We're stronger as a group. Just travel with us a while longer.
A pack is only as good as it works together. You lot do not work together. You all have your hidden agendas. Mine are very simple. Kill and get stuff.
I don't think that's necessarily true, Hunter.
I think this situation was more a fact of misinformation and information not being given properly.
And right up until Strahd appeared, we'd worked together well. You must have felt it. I certainly did.
Casimir and his
Good
sister
to be
are
in a
not,
group again.
Yeah, and Casimir and his sister are not part of our pack. They are separate. The rest of us, we work together well. We killed efficiently.
Very well.
All right.
Right, we'll jump back to the others at Amber Temple. Constance. Casimir comes to you. Going to need that back.
Right. Really? Well, you weren't much use with it before. I think I'll just hold on to it until we get down the mountain. It's not particularly useful if the person who's in charge of it gets knocked unconscious as soon as they meet anything that might cause a problem, you know.
So once we get down the mountain, you're gonna give me the golem back?
I haven't decided yet.
I see.
First thing we need to do is get off this mountain before we freeze.
Fine, let's go.
We should catch up to the others.
He pulls Jakul's cloak tight around him. And trudges through. Then all of you, once you get there a certain distance away, the wind hits you. And you see Casimir almost drop as he stumbles 2-3 steps to the side when it first blows into him. You hear curse words under his breath. As Petrina tries to put an arm around him as he shrugs it off. He just puts his head down and trudges in silence. The cold doesn't... Oh, sorry.
How far was the path? How long did it take us to get there?
About 2 hours, 3 hours, I think. Okay. But you're going downhill now, so it'll probably be a little bit quicker.
Got that horrible bridge to cross as well.
Yeah, you got a horrible bridge to pass. That'll be fun.
With a
so much
golem.
to look forward to.
Oh yeah, with a massive golem. No, what about money?
Money, no.
Constance is like, you can have this back now. Bye.
As you put your golem back together in pieces. Katrina doesn't seem to be feeling the cold anywhere near as bad as any of you at all. She's definitely... You can tell she is Casimir's sister. But as I said before, she's this more rounded, more refined, less angular, less sharp.
Also, she has all her ears.
As you trudge down the mountain...
Casimir's only got one ear.
Has he only got one
He's
ear?
got the tops of his ears are chopped off.
Yeah.
Ah.
He's a bit of a mess, poor Casimir.
Yeah.
Poor life goal just bit you back.
At least he's got his horse. Oh, no. As you trudge down the mountain, what sort of pace are you setting?
Relatively quick, but you don't want it kind of too fast because
I'm just trudging.
So you can do normal march, you can do like a forced march, which is like a double time.
Normal march, probably. Better to be
normal,
safe
'cause we're
than to...
facing up against the cold and the wind.
Yeah.
We don't want to slip or anything.
Can everyone give me a Constitution saving throw, even in your weather gear? It's for cold.
Out of you're a cat.
Oh, so after about half an hour, before the spell should have ended, it ends on you.
Oh, he's lost his concentration.
That's cool.
So Red suddenly has an arm full of
Where did it go over?
elf.
Okay.
Like,
I have cold resistance. Can I
okay.
Don't need a selected token.
We'll make you just. You don't need to roll. You don't need to roll, Jickle.
Thank goodness. That was a critical fail.
Saved you from that one.
I got a 17, but that's because the Beyond's now putting it on the page, not on that page.
It is pretty cool how if it's not connected to Roll20, it rolls like a virtual dice for you onto your sheet.
Yeah, so I think we can start using that maybe instead of 20.
But it won't come up in chat though, is the only problem.
There we go.
Elian, I think I'll use my disadvantage on you now.
Oh, okay.
And you.
Sure, why not? Oops. So 12.
Oh,
12.
Constance is a monster. Right, and can we have Elian, 1 level of exhaustion, Red, 1 level of exhaustion, Bronwyn, 1 level of exhaustion, Hunter, 1 level of exhaustion, and Constance, you're fine.
Is there a place on here that we can put it, or?
Yeah.
I feel like there is.
Conditions, I think.
Yeah, if you click on conditions, there's exhaustion at the bottom. It's top right.
That your 17 was that your 10?
I got 17 originally.
Oh, did you? But it didn't roll?
Yeah, that was
okay,
just a few test rolls while he was...
Oh, yeah, conditions.
Okay, yeah, you're okay then.
Okay.
The wind and the cold is just sucking the energy out of you. You feel like you're just using everything to keep warm. As you look to your hair, it feels crispy as the ice and cold is beginning to build in it. The ground, every single step has got this awkward crunch on the snow as then your foot punches through that and the cold just penetrates it from the side. It's this kind of horrendous permafrost nastiness that you're walking down now. As you make your way down the mountain, further and further, you can see in the distance a glow, a bluish glow coming from the gates that you went past earlier. So at the far side of the bridge, you can see it a long way off. As that warms your hearts slightly to know that you've nearly made it back to the tower. Casimir doesn't look too bad, actually. He doesn't seem to be... He seems to have found a second wind and is pushing through. It takes you about 2 hours of a reasonably quick march coming down. You hear the occasional howl or noise, but nothing that draws your attention to being too close, Hunter. It all sounds like it's a reasonable distance away from you. You make your way.
Why is the fire blue?
Pardon?
Why is the fire blue? I thought it was meant to be green.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
a green glow. A green glow.
I thought something going to happen. I was about to ask the guys, like,
no,
that's
sorry.
not right.
I've written down blue here.
Turns
Sorry.
out Hunter has a wolf-like colour vision.
It's a grey glow.
You can see the bridge approaching you in the distance. What is it?
I've just noticed that red is as red on Roll20, like Moon.
Oh, red.
Damn it, red.
Red.
Well, it's coming up as that for
We're
everything.
all double.
Yeah, red.
Doubled up.
I think your first name and your surname are both red.
Red.
No, it's doubling
No,
up.
It's not
all
a
of
real
them.
roll.
Red is exhausted level 1.
Ellie and Milchkov.
Yeah, it's
From
just
him,
for
Robin.
just for the exhaustion thing.
Yeah, well,
Wait,
Brilliant. God bless Moon.
Attracting everything with like second.
That's one of my favourite memes. It was so good. You can see the bridge coming in the distance, with the figure on it riding his horse with cape bellowing out, but he's facing the opposite direction away from you. Is the illusion of Strahd. It looks so real.
honestly, who bothers putting an illusion of Strahd on a bridge? I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, it must be someone who doesn't want anyone coming up here.
I think the wall of fire would have made that point.
Yeah, but if you get past that, you're not going to want to fight Strahd.
I mean, it's a wall of fire.
We got through quite easily.
Well, you might have. You stood there and watched me struggle to dispel it.
Oh.
Yes, that's easy. Sure.
You never
had
said it
to
was a
work.
struggle. I didn't realize it was so hard for you. Sorry, Elliot.
No, it was difficult. It's quite a powerful magic.
Will you be all right getting us back through?
Let's just say Casimir can take this one, I think. I'm pretty certain he's got a fair amount of magic left to spare. And actually...
Doesn't the illusion have to be put on something?
The rider on the bridge.
It could just be an enchantment on the bridge.
Yeah, or maybe on those rider statues on the... Hopefully this bridge will hold us. I remember we had a bit of trouble coming up this way.
Let's just make sure we're across it before the golem starts trying to cross, hey?
Yeah.
So, who's going first? You can go in twos. You have this long 60-foot bridge. From what you can remember going across it when it was light, that in the middle there was two areas where it was a bit dodgy. Now that it's dark and slippery and cold and you're tired, probably none of you are looking forward to going across. But then looking up and seeing reflected in the green flames that go across the portcullis, you can see the tower. And you're reminded of the warmth that you managed to build in that place the nights before.
There's a waterfall as well, right?
Yep. If you're still on the bridge and looking north, you can see there's a waterfall, and the river then goes underneath you.
Past Jacqueline, not Jacqueline. Who's Jacqueline?
Cool.
Joaquin.
Jacqueline.
It's Joaquin's legacy, babe.
Joaquin's legacy. Oh my god, I am tired. I pass Jack Cool a bit of rope. I attempt to hold onto it, and then I make my way across.
All right.
Okay, bye then.
Are you holding one side of it, or are you just telling him to hold your rope?
No,
It's just his lucky piece of rope.
So I can take the rope over there, and then I've got the rope, so if anybody does slip, I can get hold. Because I'm not exhausted anyway.
How long's your rope? How long's your rope? 50.
Hang on a second before you go across. I will stretch out a hand and put a hand on Hunter's shoulder and Jakul's shoulder and just say, take it easy, go carefully, and you'll be fine. And I'll give them both Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, thank God.
How long is this bridge? 60 foot.
60 foot.
And the rope is 50. I also have 50 foot of rope as well. Do you want to tie them together?
Yeah, let's do that.
And then it'll be a really lucky rope.
Now, how do we want to do this? Do we send the lightest first or the heaviest first?
I say we tie one end of the rope to the golem. The person walks across with the rope, ties it to the other end of the bridge, and then we all just use it as a support to get across.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
And then the golem can walk across and hopefully be held by the other end if it falls.
Well, I think the goat managed to survive the fall, so maybe the golem would as well.
Yeah, true.
Still got my arrow in it, that goat.
I mean, I'm pretty certain there was at least something demonic about that goat. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
Of course there was.
maybe not the best yardstick.
Right, so who's going first?
I'll go
Hunter?
first.
Hunter was, wasn't he?
Yeah. I'll take the hunt. We tie the rope to the golem. I take the other end and I walk across.
So you're just going by yourself?
I think so.
He's pretty determined.
Someone else can come
Yeah.
with me, I don't think.
Well, if nobody else is going with you, I'll go with you.
Okay.
And before I go, I'll cast Cat's Grace on myself with my last second level
Hilarious.
slot. That's the name of the spell.
Yeah, whatever.
You invoke this magic and start making your way across the bridge. The wind here just rushing across this valley, pushing up and into you. When there was a railing and it went all the way across, it would have been quite pleasant maybe. And on a summer's day, being able to look out across the river might have even been quite a scenic spot. But it is not summer.
You know, heights were much more fun when I could fly.
As you start making your way across, the crunch of the snow and the ice underfoot as you make your way on the bridge. You make it quarter of the way. You make it towards the more treacherous middle of the bridge. Can both of you give me a dexterity saving throw or acrobatics, please?
Same.
And I've got a... Can I put the thing on that? Oh, to be fair, 16. I think I'm okay.
Bardic Inspiration, yes, you can use it if you want.
I don't think I do. I think 15. I think 16 is okay.
Yay!
Oh, this is when I should have saved my...
Don't you have cats, or is this just advantage?
Yeah, that gives me advantage, which counters out my disadvantage from my exhaustion, which means I end up with an 11.
It's slippery, and you're sliding all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can
There
feel...
will be a fair amount of frantic grabbing onto Hunter, probably.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly that expression.
But you make it across the bridge. Elian, legs trembling, fingers blue with cold. You can't feel your nose or your lips any longer. But you make it to the far side of the bridge.
There's a tree by this side of the bridge, isn't there?
There used to be a tree.
No,
yes.
there's two. We only took down one.
Yeah, but it's to the west.
There's a stone archway
Yep.
over where the bridge starts. We could anchor it there.
Yeah. Yeah, I pull the rope taut so that it's something for people to hold on to, and I just basically brace myself for anybody that comes across.
You're tying it onto the archway as well.
Yeah.
Make a pulley.
Yeah, make it pretty.
Pulley.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Aaron. You've caught them just as they're crossing a bridge. Exciting D&D times.
You get that moment in every fantasy film, though, right?
They're like,
This is a Bridge of Khazad-dûm kind of moment.
Frankly, it's just a miracle that at one point, nobody yet has like had that plank snaps and a bit of it just goes spiraling down.
Why would you say that before?
Because I've got a cross.
Right, who's going next? You've got the rope now, which is helpful.
Red will go next.
I'll go with her. Oh.
Should we distribute the weight better so that it's like Red and Constance, me and Bronwyn?
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm happy to go last.
I'll go with Constance at the end.
Okay, I'll go with Red then.
Okay, so who's going now?
Me and
Red
Red.
and Jakul are going to go across now.
Next.
As you step onto the bridge, holding onto the rope.
Yeah.
One end of it held to the golem, unshifting, unmoving, as you can start to see icicles growing on it because of absolutely no temperature to this beast of burden. On all of your cloaks, as you kind of stand this side of the bridge, the cold is beginning to take its turn now as you're not moving really. You just stood in the wind, open to the elements. You make it about halfway. It's quite treacherous. Give me a acrobatics or dexterity.
Oh, 13.
I'm going to use my lucky roll, because that was a correct failure. That'll be my lucky.
Oh, that would have been over the edge. That lucky feat is really good. 9, you're right.
Yeah.
Did you have a level of exhaustion, Red?
Yeah.
You're at disadvantage. Oh no, we'll say the rope gives you advantage. There's disadvantage and advantage, so you're just normal. As you clawed through, and Jakul, your clawed toes doing a good job of being able to pierce just the top layer of that ice. You're not skating across it.
Used to the cold.
Exactly. As Red, how would you like to roleplay your lucky?
Pure speed and balance, mainly.
You see, for a second, Red trips as she goes slightly arse over tit and tumbles as it looks like she's somehow going to fall off as the wind changes direction, giving her enough time to kind of spring back up to her feet, a little dust down, and as if nothing happened, just continues walking across. But Jakul, you saw how close she was to doom, of falling into the mists below. The gods of luck definitely smile on Red. You make it to the far side. Who's going now?
Me and Constance.
What about Casimir and...
Yeah. Casimir and Sis.
We're gonna probably should make them go first before us.
1 second.
I don't trust leaving them behind.
With the golem.
Yeah. Casimir just pushes his sister off the bridge. You weren't?
Casimir looks at the bridge and then looks at Petrina. Takes a deep breath. You will come to your senses, sister. She looks at him. As you see, he pulls out a small feather, black, and holds it between 2 fingers, and then makes the symbol and a circle around it and just touches her. I hope you remember some of your magics. Go. She doesn't Superman it across, but it's more kind of like Magneto-style flying. So just stood up, drifting across. As she just flies across the gap.
Oh, is Alien feeling sad that he's not flying?
He used a black feather as well.
Ilian's like, he didn't mention he could do this on the way here or at any point.
Well, this might have been helpful.
I am unsurprised by this.
There's Casimir for you.
Casimir looks to you, Constance. I'll go last. You'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I do a little bit of a perception test there? A little perception.
Yeah.
Insight? I don't know.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for if you've got an ulterior motive for going last.
Okay. Yeah.
Insight, yeah.
Yes, please.
12.
There's probably some truth what he's just said. If he can cast fly on other people, if the bridge collapses, it's no big deal for him. But if he's on the other side, for him to get back and then cast fly on someone else and then fly back himself Sure. So if he was on the other side, he would have to cast fly on himself, fly across, drop the concentration, cast fly on you, let you fly across, drop the concentration on that spell, then cast fly back on himself, and then fly across.
Okay.
So there probably is some truth to it, maybe. You can't see what advantage he can really gain.
Yeah.
He'll be alone with the golem for a little bit, which does, yes, have some treasure on it.
Yeah. On that point, I'm going to take off a bag of if there's like a sack or two that can be taken off the golem. Yeah. I'm just going to grab them and sling them over my shoulder, and then gesture to Bronwyn to go first.
Just to check, we all took some treasure ourselves, and then a small put on the golem, right?
But you've all got a small amount on you, like one of the most valuable bits and bobs, and he's carrying, I'm guessing, the majority of a lot of silver pieces in bags.
Yeah. The heavy stuff.
I think some of the silver would have got separated and been carried by the rest of us because it's silver. So
the silver is the most
value.
Yeah. No, it's the only thing that Hannah would have picked up was silver.
Yeah, certainly the golem's got the majority of it.
So, going next, Bronwyn?
Bronwyn will go, yep.
Yeah, you're light on your feet. Give me a roll, please, as you start making your way across the bridge. Yes, please. Or acrobatics. The wind comes howling in and pushing against the side of you. It's dark. Your hands tremble with the cold. As the rope's been stretched out, you can already see water and ice sticking to it. And as you touch it with your hands, it's cold.
24 with disadvantage.
Nice. Yeah, you're fleet of foot and you make it the quickest across.
I am going to stand. It's a 60-foot bridge, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Yeah, I'm going to stand right on the precipice before it starts to get,
crumbly.
That's the word. That's definitely the word. And I'm going to cast Misty Step.
Nice.
And then when I get to the middle, 30 foot in, I'm going to cast Misty Step again.
Yeah, you're going to just double Misty Step it?
Do that.
Yeah.
Clever.
So you go forward about 15 foot and then Misty Step forwards 30 foot, is it?
Yeah, it's 30 foot max.
Okay, yeah, so the worst bit where it's weakest in the middle, you Misty Step across.
Okay.
Constance, I thought that was a wizard spell.
It is a paladin spell as well. Paladin Vengeance.
Did not know that.
And Paladin Ancients.
Your god is generous.
Mm-hmm. It is a druid, druids of the coast, ancient paladin, vengeance paladin, horizon walker ranger, sorcerer, warlock, wizard, fighter, eldritch knight, rogue, arcane trickster, and mark passage, whatever that is.
Everyone gets this spell.
Yeah.
Misty step for you! Misty step for you!
Okay.
Poor for you, Glen Coco.
This will be the one. Oh yeah, no, we should totally make a Discord. I think we should do that this week. Because that's a good idea, and we can put bits and bobs in it. Because I'm so useless.
Shall we add it to your to-do list, Adam, or do you want of us to sort it out for you?
If one of you guys want to...
Sure, cool. Okay. This weekend.
Has anyone made a Discord server before?
Nope.
Yes.
Aha.
Find him.
When Casimir said he was
run your own
going...
Discord server, so that would be a helpful thing you could do around running your own D&D server.
When Casimir said he was going last, he meant before the golem, or in the golem going last.
We want the golem to go next, I think.
Does he? Okay.
I'm concerned about this.
Sure, it'll be fine.
Can't cast fly on a golem when it's anti-magic.
Very much.
I will suggest to Constance and Cool that they might wish to also hold on to the rope along with Hunter.
Yep.
Yep. That's fine. I'll take a
hold
position.
the rope, and I'll get ready for casting a spell if needed as well.
I forget. Is the
Keep one hand free.
Is the entrance to the tower on this side of the fire?
On this side.
Yeah.
Cool. Just checking.
Okay. 1 second. I just need to bring it
Just
up.
checking for long rest needs.
It's about time for one of them, I think.
Do you want me to roll for the shield?
Go ahead.
That roll?
Yeah. A lovely little 7.
9.
He's you can see as he's stepping across, he's got some serious weight to him, and parts of the bridge are just tumbling away underneath. And as he gets to the weaker bit, you can feel him being dragged back slightly.
Pull.
Pull,
Yeah.
pull.
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 Everyone give me a quick strength roll. You should be strong enough.
Athletics?
No, brute strength. No,
Sorry.
athletics. You can do athletics.
Athletics is a plus.
Oh, you rolled for me.
Sorry, babe.
Ah!
My bad. I have
Mine's the
advantage.
same.
22.
21.
Yeah,
Can I roll
easy.
for myself?
You can roll for yourself, yeah.
An 8.
It's a scam.
I think we got the strength.
Yeah.
You can see the bridge in a number of places now has just completely fallen away. Be hard pushed to make it across without doing some repair works, and it would be quite treacherous. You'd be able to see that Bronwyn and you, Hunter, as well.
Oh no,
Casimir can make it.
To this place.
Oh no, we've lost Casimir. What a shame.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
You see Casimir across this gap. Probably in total, from you to him, it's maybe 70 foot. No, further than that, 70 yards, sorry. A reasonable gap. As he stands and Jakul's cloak around him going down to the floor. Yeah. He calls out, I won't let him take her again.
What?
Here we go.
There's...
Don't go back.
I have to sacrifice myself to whatever's in that place to stop him, I will.
You don't! You really don't! There are a number of potential solutions, all of which we could discuss.
You can see he's casting a spell.
Oh, for heaven's sake. At least give Jakul his cloak back!
You can see a large, translucent hand forming out of the mist above the bridge. It's in the shape... It's probably about a 5-foot hand. Just forms in mist, and it clenches into a fist and thumps down once in the centre of the bridge.
Oh,
Come on.
that is unfortunate.
Yeah.
There were any number of things he could have done that to in the temple.
So many things.
It does some pretty nice damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a bridge.
The bridge hasn't completely collapsed, but it's well on its way. If anyone wants to do anything, now's your chance.
What's the bridge's AC?
He's hit it. It's just straight damage. And you can see the hand is coming up again to strike again.
Pick up a stone and I'm going to throw him at it. I'm going to throw a stone at him.
That'll help.
Yeah, it's a hard throw.
Red is going to
stone at him.
Whole person.
Going to do whole person on Casimir.
Whole person.
The range?
Yeah, what's the range on it?
Let me just double check. Everything is not where it should be. Where's it gone? Range 60 foot.
You'd have to be on the bridge to do it.
Okay, yeah, Red will jump forward to the edge of the bridge and cast whole person on him.
Yeah.
Bronwyn's gonna grab Red's cloak, just in case she falls. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a willpower saving throw, is it?
Wisdom saving throw of 15 or higher.
Wisdom, sorry. Bump.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you've got him.
Yeah.
Casimir, there are other ways. Do not make deals that would make the situation worse.
Adam, is the hand is still there?
Yep, still there, and it moves again as it comes
Dispel
smashing
magic.
down into the bridge. You're going to dispel the hand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, please. It's a 5th level spell.
Oh, goody.
So I think you need to roll for that, don't you?
Yes, I'm just working out what
What
I
you need to do.
Doop-be-doo. Spellcasting ability. Okay.
10 plus the spell level.
So
60 foot.
that 20.
Yeah. The bridge looks extremely damaged, but it hasn't completely collapsed. In the middle.
There are lots of solutions that don't involve making this worse. Any number of which you could explore. First.
Seem to be moving.
You can stand with us, Casimir. You know what we're capable of. We can find a way together. A much more stable solution than trusting a dark entity.
He's going to try again to break spell on him. Ooh, 20. 19. Oh, no, it is a 20. Yeah, he manages to break free of your whole person, Red.
Yep.
I can't stop this again.
Trust in us, Casimir.
Last time I tried, and it cost us everything.
This will cost you everything if you do this anyway, and it will cost more to the people here and to your sister.
But me alone, not
Work
my whole people.
with us.
I'm sure that's what Strahd said when he decided to make his deal. His only cost. And look where that led.
Would you become Strahd to destroy him?
To save my sister.
Would you gain that same obsession? Killing everyone, killing her, tormenting her.
Remember what happened to Strahd's brother?
Remember what happened to Strahd's lover?
Strahd was always a monster.
And you are any different? Trusting dark powers? You cannot foresee the solutions, the costs, the after effects.
What it will make you do, what it will make you think is reasonable.
With us, you can see a result. You can see the possibilities.
We've already seen what dark powers do to people.
Sure, we do not have 100% chance of victory, but ours is the best choice. Ours is the most likely to succeed, and the most likely to succeed with all the best solutions.
The only reason you succeeded with dealing with the first dark power was because you had the upper hand, because you had made a plan. You go in there desperate, they'll turn you into the twisted husks that we fought.
And then they'll send you after your sister.
Do not let your brother do this. I'll turn to her.
You can see she's not really looking at the situation at all. She's looking over towards Ravenloft.
How close is she standing to the precipice, out of interest?
No, she's a reasonable distance back.
Okay.
Casimir holds onto the rope and starts to make his way across.
Hey.
Towards you. You can see him shaking and shivering as he does.
The rope was tied to the golem. The golem.
There is no rope. Oh, poor Casimir.
Does he have another fly spell? Or float, or whatever it was?
Featherfall.
Goodbye, old friend.
Goodbye, sweet Casimir. Oh, I miss him terribly.
Yeah, he starts walking across the bridge with no rope, the wind sliding in. Before he even makes it to the middle bit, you can see him unsteady on his feet and sliding all over the floor.
Katrina, are you still floating?
No, he's dropped it on her. When he cast the big fist.
Right.
Anyone doing anything?
Watching.
There is nothing I can do.
A spell
Hannah will
ready.
sigh and start walking out.
Oh!
No.
Take the end of the rope.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah, tying it round you or not?
I will hold on to it.
Yeah. Give me an acrobatics. Let's see how this goes.
Dexterity or acrobatics?
Whichever's higher.
Dex.
I'll try and have their golem grab the other end of the rope.
He's already.
I know it's tied to him, but like,
Yeah.
hold.
Why did you not roll? 21.
Ooh, yeah, you're light on your feet. Let's see how it goes for me. I got disadvantage.
12 then.
12. It's not looking good for him. He's sliding all over the platform before he's reached the weak part. You're pretty light on your feet and making short work of it. He's now at the toughest area, so this is the roll that counts.
Okay, I'm going to go try and grab him.
Yeah? Give me a roll, and I'll give a roll for him.
Dexterity?
Yes, please.
17.
Okay, he's at disadvantage again.
9.
He's going off the edge.
Fucking, I'm going to jump and grab him.
Yeah, you all get hold of him. Give me an attack roll. You can see, you don't think he's going to make it, and you can see him sliding, and he's falling.
Just been unarmed strike.
Yep.
22.
Nice. Yeah, you leap. All of you on the other end, in disbelief, see Casimir unsteady on his feet, his legs shaking. He's still got blood on his face from the fight. As he gets towards the weakest part of the bridge where his giant fist had just smashed it, as he slips and he's going over the edge. As you see Hunter leap after him, no hesitation, head first towards him. What do the others of you do?
Grip onto that rope.
The other end of the rope, yeah.
I'll rush to the edge and get ready with a spell just in case things go
Red?
bad.
1 sec. I believe I've got another animal form. Yeah. Red is going to change into a giant eagle and is going to swoop down and try and grab him.
Yeah.
How big an eagle are you?
It's giant.
They're huge.
Yeah.
They are giant eagles, yeah.
Like giant eagles from Lord of the Rings sort of size giant eagle.
I think so. I think that's the idea. They are big.
They're not
boys.
small.
I apologise. I just need to try and find the giant eagle stats.
I can look it up as well.
Save. Apologies.
Yeah, it's large. So, a big old...
Giant eagle. So I should be able to roll from here.
Yeah.
Do you want a strength roll?
Give me a talons attack roll to kind of swoop in and grab him.
Right, you have to tell me if does that appear?
Nope.
I can roll
It's 2
Good.
GM.
Yeah,
Perfect. As you swoop in, I think you get 2 attacks because you've got 2 talons. Who are you going for?
Well, if Casimir goes down, then Hunter will go down because he's grabbing onto him. So
Yeah. So your first talon has missed whoever that was going for, and your second talon?
Yep, rolled it.
And what did you get on that one?
13.
13 is a hit on Casimir.
Yeah. So she's going to grab him and lift.
Try and fly up. Okay.
Yeah.
Make the golem pull the rope. I'll shout out.
So team rope. Give me a strength check, please.
It'll be the golem as...
Can I help somebody else?
You're going to aid. Pull
Yeah, I'll aid the golem. Why not?
The golem. The golem's got the best strength, I think.
Yeah.
Go on, Gollum.
Okay.
My strength terrible.
Oh, nice. 18. Yeah, the golem braces as the rope tugs against... right, I'm just going to do a straight D20. Less than 5 is bad. 10.
No.
From your knot in the middle of the rope where they're connected together, you feel the knot
Oh no, we knotted
tight.
it.
And they're starting to slip as Red swoops in and grabs hold of Casimir. Hunter, you would see that Red seems to have a good grip on Casimir. What do you do?
I let go.
Yeah?
I start making my way back.
Give me a climb check, please. And I'm going to do another roll
Athletics,
for
then.
the rope. Yeah.
Are you suggesting
The rope
that
gone?
me, as
It's
a
gotta be
ranger,
good.
can't
It's got to
tie
be
a
good.
good knot? I'm
Not-
offended.
Not like 2 people falling off a bridge.
14.
Is that
Nice.
a problem or not?
Okay, so as you're climbing the rope, you can see the knot ahead of you starting to give under the force of you being on the edge of it, under the extreme cold. As you're kind of almost in like free fall of how the rope kind of comes out from the bridge and is snagged a bit on the bridge. at the last second, as the knot gives, as you kind of leap with your superior climbing speeds and manage to get onto the other half as the sort of first half of the rope tumbles down into the ravine.
R.I.P. rope.
What a good rope.
Red, yeah, you've got hold of Casimir.
Yeah, flying him back to the other side.
Yeah. Without too much trouble, Hunter, you're able to climb up the rest of the rope. You all find yourself now on the sort of southernmost side of the bridge. The bridge looks wrecked in the middle.
Yeah. Red will sort of
Oh, that's good.
she'll dump Casimir, not gently, but not very, very hard. She'll sort of drop him a little bit too early, so he has a bit of a rough landing.
Yeah, he has a little bounce. You do a bit of damage to him, a couple of points. You wind him for sure.
Yeah.
Knock the air out of him.
And then she'll just stay as an eagle for a bit, I guess.
Yeah.
A bit warmer than just having skin.
I'm gonna go over to Casimir, who's just like been dropped on the ground, and I'll kind of help him up. And I'll kind of say, "This is the right choice. You know it is. This has the least variables. This has the least risk."
I will throw him the necklace for the golem.
To Casimir. He looks at you surprised. Why?
Because you're an idiot.
Because he made the right choice.
You trust in us. we
You
can
make
trust
your way
you.
back, Hunter.
Used to have to fight werewolves for me.
Red will hop on over to the tower and sort of let out a screech and expand the wings as a...
The big bird has the right idea. It's cold out here.
Yeah.
Bronwyn's going to take up the rope that's left and claim that for herself. She figures...
My rope now?
Well, one half is mine, one half is Hunter's, and I'm not saying that one of us was more reckless than the other, but I feel like I deserve the rope that survived.
Hmm.
And Ian will just kind of pat Hunter a couple of times on the shoulder in passing and then go inside.
Hunter will look out to like the mountain itself, and then over to where the wolf dens are, and then see where the moon is.
Fingers crossed in the sky, otherwise it's
Yeah,
gonna be
so
weird.
it's the moon is high in the sky and is about 10 days after a full moon, something like that. At the moment, you would think.
Head back in.
Yeah, you make your way to the tower. There's still some wood and bits and bobs left in here from when you stayed before.
Yeah, we got a whole tree down. Should have
Yeah.
for the night.
You can see Casimir is got like the booger icicles coming out of his nose.
Oh.
Nice.
The poor chap looks like fucking death warmed up, but he doesn't look that warm.
I'll
You
get
get
some
the fire going. Bronwyn, you can probably get it going without too much trouble very quickly,
Yep.
and you've got magic on your hand, so yeah, you get the hearth lit with a fire as the dancing flames cast shadows out into this circular tower.
I will make sure that both the door into the tower and the trapdoor up to the roof are both securely fastened, barred, locked.
Yep.
As closed can be, and then I will put things in front of them. This is about 50% about securing them and 50% making it as noisy as possible for someone to slip out in the middle of the night, because Casimir.
Hunter will take off all his cold clothes, hang them, and then pull out the
Make it Hunter time again.
There's something about this tower, folks.
the pelt that he's got, and basically wrap that, and then just kind of sit down, nice and warm by the fire.
Yeah. It gets quite homely and quite warm in here. But again, you can hear the wind howling past, and you're very glad you are not outside. Casimir kind of huddles himself over near the fire, and Petrina joins him.
We should probably go in pairs for taking watch.
Yes.
I need a lot less sleep than the rest of you. If you can give me 4 hours, then I can watch the rest of the night.
Okay.
I think it's 4 hours. I said that really confidently.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I think it. Yeah.
Yeah, but other people should be on watch at the same time as you are.
Yeah, we have enough people.
Yes.
2 people on watch for how long? No, maybe 2 hours each. How long is a long rest? 6 hours?
8 hours or 9 hours for you guys to get back to where
8
you
for
are.
most people. Yeah.
Yeah. If you take a single watch, you should be okay to lose exhaustion.
Cool.
Okay. Reds will turn back to halfling again
Yes.
and offer to take the first watch.
I'll take the first watch with Red.
I've not got exhaustion, so I'll take a longer watch. Like try and be on watch when Casimir's on watch.
When Casimir's in no state to keep watch.
Why don't
Okay,
we leave
good.
Casimir and Petrina?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll take a longer
Just
watch.
divide it amongst ourselves.
Bronwyn will take her 4 hours, like now, and then she'll be around for the rest of the night.
Elian will take the last shift alongside Bronwyn, and will probably spend the entirety of the 2 hours asking her questions about the world outside of Barovia.
I thought you were going to say about the world of being a cat.
Like
What was it like being a cat?
Yeah, what's it like to be in another animal form? That's not a topic he wants to broach ever.
I'll tell Elian, I guess as we're switching over watch, to inform Bronwyn of why he didn't try and fight Strahd. Pass on as much information as we can.
I'm not sure I know, Jakul. I'll repeat what you said to Hunter.
Okay.
But we are going to need to talk about it.
Yeah.
You would see.
Well,
Trina.
in which case, if you're not 100% sure, then I will take a bit of time to explain to you as much as we know.
Never had that conversation.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were aware.
As Petrina sits next to Casimir, she puts her arm round him and tries to warm him up by gently rubbing his shoulders. And at first, he kind of shrugs her off. And then she just puts her hands back again until he stops it. You can hear that she's whispering something to him, but you'd have to kind of focus your hearing to understand what she's saying. Anyone who wants to listen, give me a perception.
Definitely. Do I get advantage to
with
hearing?
advantage.
Yeah.
Are any of us
26.
not nosy?
Yeah. I'm assuming this is before we've all gone to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16.
It's reset my
25.
My one is for some reason not.
There it is.
There you are. 15 for red.
19.
With advantage, so 19.
So 19.
Well, all of you super hearing folk, you're all okay. You can hear she's whispering just soft reassurances to him. Will it be okay? And as he's taken his cloak, or Jekyll's cloak, off now, and is drying it against the fire. You can see his kind of scraggly, lank, long hair hanging awkwardly as she begins to dry it and brush it back. And as she sees what's happened to his ears, and some of you, this might well be the first time you've seen it, because he hides it reasonably well. You can see the tops of both of his ears, not in clean cuts, but more like a jagged tear, have just been ripped off. You can see the scar tissue around it And it looks old as time. And he does his best to cover it back up. Just on instinct, pulling his hair back over it. And a lot of you who have seen him when he's had his hood down, his hair's always been long and tied back over his ears. She says, Casomir, who did this to you? She just holds his head in shame. And then looks up towards you and sees you all and sees himself. You can't help but look towards him, seeing his ears. Rahadin. After what I did. Oh, Casimir. You must trust me here. I know what I am doing. I will not become some plaything to him. I will not become one of his brides. I am strong, stronger than you, you know this. If Strahd thinks he can make me one of his brides he locks away, he is mistaken. It will take time, yes. But trust me, Casomir. His heart shall be melted. I'll bring him round. You will know love. But Rahadin, I will burn his soul for this. I will burn his soul for years, and he shall know pain like no Dusk Elf has known pain. I give you my word. He is dead to me. Strahd is not lost. Strahd is not lost. But Rahadin is dead to me. He just drops his head. You see him trying to pull his hair back over his ears. Fine. But anyone can tell that Casimir is not agreeing with her at all. That's beautiful. Hey, Winger. That was beautiful. That is so good. I love it. If anyone
I
wants
was
to...
having a shitty week up until this moment.
That's brilliant.
I think it couples particularly nicely with the username.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to do anything, now is your opportunity.
I'm considering it.
No.
You can see Petrina, after drying off your cloak, Jekyll, begins to make a bed as best she can for Casimir.
Whenever I take watch, I'll take a bit of time to kind of gather because there were like scraps of cloth and stuff here, weren't there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll try and stitch together some more
something new
clothes for her.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to be affected by the cold at all, the same way that Casimir didn't used to be.
Yes, but she is naked underneath her cloak, so I'm trying to make her some sort of clothes.
Garments.
She is in the Temple of Soon. You would have seen some beautiful people, and as people are drying off cloaks, she would take off Casimir's cloak and start to dry it off when she thinks people are asleep and things like that. She's not kind of strutting around naked, but she has the physique of a Olympian style, not overly muscly, like a runner kind of physique to her. And then she kind of snuggles in quite close to Casimir after putting on like a spare shirt. Now she's got a bit of time. Do you want to keep watch?
Yeah.
We'll do it like a rotation.
Red and Hunter are going first.
Yep. Which way are you watching out to?
I guess one watching one way and one watching the other.
Yeah, so you've got kind of over the cliff, or you've got the entrance way.
We're staying inside, aren't we?
Yeah, but there's like 2 windows out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Red would elect to go look out the window over the cliff.
So you've got the door side, Hunter.
Yeah.
Both give me a perception, please.
Do we get advantage?
Vision.
Vision.
21.
20.
Nice. As you, Red, are looking out over the cliffside in the far distance and using your knowledge from following the land, you can see a fire or a light in the night. And you think it is probably coming from the old windmill.
Oh.
How dare you scratch Dracul's face?
But apart from that, your watch goes without incident. It's quiet, as the only noise you can hear is the occasional as the wind howls past, catching the outside of these windows, making the building itself howl slightly. Who's on second watch?
I was in the middle, I guess.
Yeah, I guess has that been 4 hours?
That's been 2 hours.
Oh, that's not me yet.
Yeah. So the next 2 hours is who, please?
I can take it.
Yeah. So you're woken up, you and Jakul?
Constance, yeah.
Yeah. You can see Jakul working on this cloak. You're not really sure what he's making at the moment, but using a mixture of his magic to mend this material and stitches to put it back together again.
I have my nice little knitting needles. Like my claws. Click, click, click.
Do you just watch in silence, or are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm sort of going to pace around a little bit and just keep moving in the cold when I'm away from the fire.
Yeah. The building itself is doing a good job of keeping warm, but you are aware of quite how quickly you're burning the wood. You've definitely got enough for tonight, but if you were up here for long periods of time, you would burn through all your resources incredibly quickly.
Yeah.
As you pace and walk, is there anything going through minds, or are you relaxed-ish?
I think the relief of having survived that ordeal is mostly the sort of endorphins from having had some pretty good fights, and the relief for not having had to sacrifice everything to prevent one of us becoming something horrendous. I think
we all survived. That's a big plus.
Yeah.
Your watch goes without incident. You see the green fire outside lighting up the kind of courtyard here. And you can see the bridge almost collapsed. And from here, when the light is right, there's points where you can see the illusion of Strahd on the bridge. And Constance, you can't help but wonder at times what happened to the people who were here. The 4 statues of the female or knights on the top. But yeah, goes without incident. You've done 4 hours now.
Is there anything else in the, like, if I was to just sort of walk around all the available places, is there anything else there that's of interest if Constance was sort of looking out for?
So you can look out in front and you can kind of see that. I'm assuming Red pointed out the fire. It's pretty much died down by then. If you give me a perception, actually.
Both of us, okay. I'm not paying that much attention to the outside.
Okay, you can have disadvantage. It's a listening check.
Okay. 7.
You just hear your own gentle rhythmic humming. Constance, what did you get?
18.
Ooh, nice. On the wind, as it carries sound all this way up here, ever so faintly, you hear a scream. That of a woman. It's so faint you can't say for sure if it happened or not.
Okay.
Make of that what you will.
Yeah.
But that's your 4 hours.
An ordinary evening in Barovia.
Yeah.
There's probably less screaming than normal in Barovia.
Yeah.
4 hours up. Do you wake
So
up
Bronwyn-
Bronwyn?
Yeah, she'll wake up at this point. She'll be up for the rest of the night, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Elian was taking the last shift.
Yeah.
With
in the
Bronwyn?
middle,
Alongside
then.
her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can stay up a bit longer if I needed to try and give
Yeah.
out the rest.
So you do 2 hours with Bronwyn. Probably after about an hour into your watch, Bronwyn.
Yeah.
Both Casimir and Platina come and join you.
Sure.
And you can see they are both going through a very thick spell book, which is Casimir's.
Interesting. She'd give it a passing glance, but her focus would still be on outside. I think she wouldn't. For her, that wall of fire is kind of the safe point, and because they've not gone through that yet, it's in her mind, they're still in a pretty risky situation. So she'd be very focused on what's outside.
They're not hiding what they're doing. You can hear them talking. And at points, you can almost hear her mocking him with her tone. That of a big sister. Who's the older of the two, you're not sure. I think you might have heard him say sister, maybe little sister. You can't say 100%. Little things about his grammar, his spelling on certain things within spells. You would definitely hear her say, "Well, Casimir, this will not do. I can see you have worked hard for your magic, but I will need my own spellbook back.
Mm-hmm.
Yours has some power, and you have done well. But
Love it. Bronwyn chuckles to herself, just like a little twitch of a smile.
I want to make him suffer. And for that, I'll need my book. But yours will do for now." Like, you've seen Casimir been super defensive of this, and, like, if you were to look at spell books, you may have seen them before. Casimir's looks impressive as fuck.
Yeah.
And from some of the spells you saw Casimir drop in, you would know that they are high-level spells.
So she's got to be tanked, yeah.
But your watch goes without incident as the morning arises. The fire's been kept going all night, but you have nearly burnt through all of your wood. If you were exhausted, you're back to being not exhausted, or one level less.
We got a long rest then?
Yep.
You got a long rest, but it is equivalent to being about 11 in the morning now, because you went to bed quite late. About 10 maybe in the morning, something like that.
Oof, all the spell.
When I click the long rest button, by the way, D&D Beyond decided my maximum hit points was suddenly 1. So
Yep. I was on 21 for some reason. You can hit override though if you go on the...
yeah, I've had to do that, but just if you click the long rest button, check out your hit points.
No, you've got 1 hit point, I'm afraid.
62. I will take 10 minutes at the start of the morning to give everyone in this room who I give a toss about 13 temporary hit points.
Is that
Thank you.
Casimir and Katrina?
No, sadly I can only do 6. And I'm including myself, because I like myself more than I like them.
Same.
The golem also does not get temporary hit points.
How many hit points does it have?
Good amount. I'll give you a clue. It starts with a 1.
Nice.
Oh.
135.
12.
No, it's a golem. It'll be like 19. Yeah?
Surely.
It'd be very silly. Like, it won't even be like a round number. It'd be like 127.
Yeah.
Right. What do you do, gang?
I will give Petra, or what was it? Petrina, the clothes that I've kind of put together. They're not like anything too fancy, but they're kind of decent, a bit baggy, but for extra warmth.
She looks to you, and does the slight smouldering eyes. Oh, thank you, Jakul. Is
Of course.
Jakul, yes?
That it is indeed. I will give the smolder back.
Yeah. She steps in close and goes to kiss you to say thank you.
I'll let her kiss my cheek, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think they
I'll allow it.
kiss in any other way. Like,
yeah, she's up on tiptoes to do it. But gives you a small kiss on the cheek and a thank you.
All right, I'll say I'm sure it doesn't do you justice, but it'll help keep you warm on the journey down.
Yep, she quickly jumps those on and then keeps in Casimir's cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone want to do anything before you head out?
Nope.
I don't think so, no.
Your last stay here. As you
Sign the visitor's book.
hopefully open the main doors, and you can see the ground and the path. It's just overnight is completely frozen. Now it's light. Even from here, you can see the damage on that bridge will be extraordinarily treacherous to get across it now.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. We don't really want anything else going up there.
You can see the green fire of the what's the word?
Wall of fire at the gatehouse.
Wall of fire?
Gatehouse wall of fire, and on top of it you can see the 2 kind of demonic gargoyles.
Could our golem withstand this magical fire and be a bridge for it?
Lay down your body as we step across you. Casimir. No.
All right, then I'll leave it to you to dispel this fire so that we can cross.
Why does Elian not show his powers again?
Because Elian's done it once already, and it's your turn.
You
You
don't
are-
seem to be lacking for power.
You are the most powerful wizard in our group. Are you not?
Well, actually, about that.
As you're saying that, Katrina, just a click of the fingers.
Please roll a 1. Please.
I've rolled it here, but I should really roll on there when it's just a straight D20. Now we'll go with this roll. No, she gets it. without too much trouble.
We hurry through the archway before the fire comes back.
Yeah.
Yep.
It seems we have gained another powerful wizard.
An even more powerful one.
Right. Casimir. We'll travel down with you to the path, and then myself and Petrina will travel back to the Vistani camp.
Petrina, sorry, go on.
No, you go on.
Petrina, are you? There are some very good dressmakers in Vallaki who would do an excellent job on putting together a wedding gown for you. Right.
I'm so sorry for what's about to come out of my mouth. Well, I do quite like the way Jakul uses his fingers. She doesn't flinch, she doesn't blink, and she just locks eyes with Jakul while she says it.
I'll be blasé about it and be all like, "Wow, in my temple we are trained to make all things beautiful and appreciate that beauty."
Well,
Happy to leave you two alone for a bit.
Definitely enjoys being appreciated. I would like it very much if you would help me make or find a dress. It must be one worthy to melt a Dark Lord's heart.
I would be honored to assist you. How long do you think we have?
Oh, clearly we don't want to rush things. I mean,
yes, I know. I mean, like,
we need a dress befitting the occasion.
Exactly.
I cannot believe I am about to say this, but Jakul, I would like you to be as quick as possible.
Well, I will need to have, obviously, fine threads. I cannot, like, make anything out of this wilderness. I will need better knitting equipment and sewing things. It's gonna take time. I will need, at the very least, I will need proper materials and equipment. My travel kit is not as good enough.
And of course, he'll have to take your measurements, Petrina.
I think I can get a good estimate.
Do we know anywhere which has a dress already that Jakul could change?
Well, if we get off this mountain rather than talking.
You
assume there's walking.
We're walking and talking.
I'm just walking.
Also, I think it would be best if we don't go back to the Vallaki with all this treasure, and we should to the Vistani, should I say?
Well, we're giving.
No, we're not giving the Vistani a single coin.
When the conversation,
Vallaki, then.
When the conversation turns to wedding dresses, Bronwyn's just going to head off in front to scout. Yeah, this is not her roadhouse.
I'll get quite involved in the chat of like what kind of dress she wants, and like as the more we talk about it, the more like kind of excited I will be about kind of trying to make this thing. And like, you know, at first it's kind of like I was trying to be dismissive and like, you know, not bothered, but that now like, the more we talk about it, the more kind of excited I am and like, you know, talking about the details.
Elian will occasionally interject in the conversation and just subtly nudge the discussion in the direction of things which are complicated and take time to do. Just being very subtle about it, but trying to make sure that they come out with an agreed design that will take quite a while to put together.
Yeah, I will. At first, I'll be trying to like make it as long as possible, but then like as we talk, I'm gonna just try and make it like the most beautiful and like the things I think would suit her best, rather than the longest time. I'm losing track of my own.
Yeah, Elian will you.
Nice, that's cool. they go back to what you spoke about. She brings up about, but why should we not go back to the Vistani?
I don't know why. I mean, we won't go back to the Vistani because we all have quite a lot of money on us. And they have a tendency to steal things that they like the look of.
And we need to get this silver back to Vallaki.
Yes.
A lot of it is on that golem that now your brother controls.
We did make some promises to help them. And we do owe them.
Who, the Valakians?
No, the Vallaki. I'm going to make it seem as if we owe the people of Vallaki something, so that it's not like as
Did
if
you
we're
say
just
Valakians?
Vallaki.
Yeah.
Vistani.
No, we're talking about the people
Vallaki.
of Vallaki.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yes, no, you are right there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Barovians
So we're gonna-
from
yeah.
Vallaki. Yeah.
I'm going to make it so that Casimir and never remember it.
Patrina.
Yeah, Patrina.
Patrina.
Are I think that we owe Vallaki something. So we're not just doing this out of to help
Okay.
them against Strahd. We're doing it because we want to try and pay back a debt kind of thing.
Nice. Yeah, so as you pick a good pace, you know this journey. You've travelled it once, and travelling downhill is all infinitely nicer. And you make very good time. Does anyone else want to do anything on the journey while you're pushing through the mountain terrain?
We've got
The
that skill
scouting
book.
ahead.
You've got the what, sorry?
There's that skill book. There's the wisdom, was it?
Oh, the wisdom book. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I assume we need to actually sit and read that while camping.
you need to
Oh.
discuss who's reading.
Who's having it first? Yeah.
Cheers for the sub, Aaron.
You.
Right.
Out of the things we've got.
Yes, you have a +2 wisdom book.
Yeah.
Which would be good for a variety of people, so
I think
you can...
Almost all of us would find it beneficial.
Yeah. Probably
Well,
the
at
only
least
two
half
who wouldn't would be Hunter and Elian, really.
Yeah.
But for Constance, Red, Bronwyn, and Jackal, it's very good.
And considering Red's only damage she can really do is spellcasting.
Yeah.
But remember, you can't go above 20 in a stat.
Yeah.
So if you're on above 18, it will only give you +1.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're on 19.
What about if you out of game question? If you get gear that gives you bonuses to stats, would that be above
Yeah.
20 or is that 20?
It will
cap?
say on it if it can.
Okay.
It will normally say what the maximum will become.
Okay.
So if it doesn't say that, it stays at 20. Am I right in saying that, Matt?
I think so.
I think so.
I'm not too hot on treasure, but I'm trying to think of anything outside of the manuals that do buff.
There's some
So,
gauntlets of
potions of
things.
strength and stuff like that. So yeah, as long as it's skills and feats can't make you go up above 20, but equipment can. So
Right.
all potions can. So if you drink a potion of giant strength, then your strength goes to 23 for an hour. Things like that can help. But there's nothing really. There's a few things you can wear, but it's mainly just feats and stuff that make. But always say can't go above 20.
Cool.
That's useful.
So, in character, have that discussion about the book. Knock yourselves out.
So I still have this magic book that will do me very little good.
Yes. You said it improves one's wisdom
Yes.
by reading it.
Yes.
How long is required to study it?
I'm sure I told you previously.
It's a long time. It was
Short
48
memory.
hours
48 hours over a week.
over a week.
Within a week.
Within a week.
You could read it for 48 hours straight if you had the constitution and the time.
It's 6 days.
6 days, okay.
So 48 hours over a period of 6 days.
So 2 days spread
4
over
hours a
6.
day.
Yeah.
No sleep.
I believe if it is something that improves one's wisdom, I believe it is most beneficial for either me or Red, perhaps. I believe Constance, your god, has an attunement to wisdom.
I've no interest in it. You take it.
Bronwyn can't hear this conversation because she's gone off scouting, so I get that from her out.
Strong, yes?
Sorry?
You are extremely strong, yes?
I am fairly strong. And,
you also have a way with words.
Yes, I do
He's
indeed.
all right.
I am neither strong nor quick, nor do I have a way with words.
I don't know. You
My power comes from spell casting.
And this would improve your spellcasting, you believe?
Yes.
And improve the power of your spell.
We should probably involve Bronwyn in this conversation.
Does it also help her?
Well, I don't know, but she's part of our group.
A valid, yeah, valid. As Bronwyn's darting around, I'll try and capture attention every time she looks back to try and kind of wave.
She'll drop back if she sees you.
Okay. We're discussing the importance of this book. Supposedly, magically increases one's wisdom. However much that works.
I won't lie; it will be useful, but what are other people's arguments?
I believe it would be useful for me in helping to keep everyone alive, but
I do
not want to monopolize it. If Red seems to have a focus on her spellcasting and she believes that this will help.
My argument is that whilst Jakul is very strong and has a way of words, and you yourself are very fast and dexterous, I am neither of those things. My power comes from my spellcasting alone. If I had no access to my spellcasting for some reason, I would be of very little help.
You can also turn into fighting animals, yes?
But is that not a spell?
For a short amount of time.
For me personally, it would help the group as a whole more than it would help me personally. But as Red says, it's not my be all and end all.
Yes. Well, I guess then it will fall to the idea of whether we want more to keep everyone alive or kill our enemies faster.
I can also keep people alive.
Yeah.
I have healing as well.
Well, I'm not adverse to you taking this, and I'm sorry if I'm rude in saying this, but you grew up in the wilds. Are you able to read this?
I learned to read before the wilds, and on my travels I've picked up many written tomes.
Okay, if you believe that you can study this and gain the full benefit, then
I always knew how to read and to speak. I just had no need for it. Animals don't tend to speak or read.
Indeed. Well, hopefully your reading.
I would be very. I don't remember the word. Grateful. And okay. I think it would help a lot.
Let Red have it.
Yeah, I agree. It seems you are the most beneficial out of it. But Elian, if she misreads a word from this book, would it affect how it would the result?
I'm not sure what the question is. Sorry, Jacob.
She needs to study and read this book thoroughly. If she's not read for many years and she misunderstands the words in the book, would it have a negative effect?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. It
might take her slightly longer to study it.
Okay. As long as it is not an adverse effect, then I am happy for Red to
I imagine once you start reading it, then the studying of it needs to be completed.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Very well.
I will not choose to start reading it just yet. I'll wait until we are off the mountain at least.
Okay.
Your time is limited.
One
Are you
Yes,
sure?
but also it's a fairly terrible idea to try and walk down a mountain while you're reading.
I was actually thinking on that. Red is very small, and we do have several very large
We have a golem.
companions, which she could ride upon the shoulders of while reading. At some point, maybe not while we're on a mountain in the cold, but when we're on the ground.
What I know of you all so far, I can't imagine that getting off this mountain will lead to a large period of peace and quiet.
I think there is no large period of peace and quiet in Barovia. There is.
The largest amount we've had is a few hours.
Yes.
So I would not waste time, is what I'm saying.
And the time we rest and the time we have of quiet is generally a time of unconsciousness to recover.
I will start reading it now, but you will have to keep an eye out of what's in my path. I can't concentrate on it. And
Bronwyn's just going to look at the golem.
Yeah, we can ride upon the golem's shoulder.
Yeah.
I've never ridden on a golem before, so this will be a new experience.
I will take out like some of the bedding roll padding and kind of like while we're walking, I'll kind of try and make like a little seat on the golem's neck to make it comfortable.
It's gonna be you're doing a tree beard, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Red will swing up onto the golem.
Yeah.
And then I'll walk next to the golem and like spend most of my focus to like make sure she doesn't like fall or like while she's reading.
Elian, could I have the book, please?
Oh yes.
She'll reach down, open it, rest it on the golem's head.
It's got that massive leathery book smell to it.
Nice.
As there's a bit of a creak and you can hear the pages cracking slightly as you open it.
Is it me, or does the golem look ever so slightly more long-suffering? Probably just my imagination.
It's a golem. I think you're thinking into it too deeply.
Well, if it does try to throw me off, warn me at least.
Yeah, I'll be walking next to you to make sure nothing disturbs the journey.
Yeah, it's been a long time since Red has read a proper book, and she is super excited. She's like properly going through it, mouthing out the words as she does. She wants to make sure she gets them all right. So
you make your way down, and as you're getting
return to scouting.
I'll stay next to Red. Anytime there's like a more difficult terrain where the golem could shake, I'll kind of like put a hand up to support to make sure she doesn't fall.
As you're making your way down through the mountainous terrain, it's becoming more rocky and sort of shingle underfoot rather than solid stone that it was. You round and start heading back on yourself, and you're aware that the forest is opening up before you, as you now kind of have to the east of you the mountain range, and you're back in the sort of main woodlands and making your way north. Oh, sorry, you're muted, Constance.
We have the map up.
Yeah. Is it up or not?
No.
No. It's amber.
You did drag the player's banner to the map banner. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're kind of I like this area here.
Yeah.
As you're making your way along north with the mountain beside you, it's eerily quiet again. The forest is dense and old. It's not a lively forest. It's dead, definitely dead. The wind nowhere near as bad, and you can see Casimir walking near the golem seems to have returned to his old self slightly.
Yay.
And as you do, can everyone give me a perception test, please?
I'm not paying much attention.
Reading.
Yeah, those who are on lookout and things like that. So I'm
Can't talk, reading.
I'm paying more attention to the path, so maybe
26.
advantage or something.
I'm a terrible
19.
scout. 12.
It's all right. You'll find the trap by falling into it. It's fine.
Therefore, alerting the rest of you.
Yes, that's your job.
They used to, in 2nd edition, there was this wonderful class. It was a rogue, but it was called a thug. And
Nice.
you couldn't disarm traps, but you could know where to stand so it would be safe when you set them off. So you'd literally be like, oh, this massive rock's going to fall. Let me see where it's going to fall from. Okay, if I stand exactly here, I'll be fine. And then you just hit it. So, and then you're like, right, I'll walk past this trap. Just the best class.
I mean, probably not too popular with the rest of your party.
No, not at all.
That's my kind of rogue.
Exactly.
Trigger everything.
They did get the option to tell other people where to stand as well. Just there. Are you sure? Oh, yes. Sorry, what were the rolls?
Your forward scout got a 12.
19.
Oh,
I
great.
got 26.
Oh, Hunter and Elian, you would pick it up first. There is the sound of hoof prints coming towards you quite quickly.
Oh, Mr. Dragon Knight.
There's a horse. How horses? Is it hooves or hooves? Like, is it like multiple horses?
One
Red.
One hoof. It's just a
One
hopping
hoof.
horse.
You know what I mean.
No, it's one hoof. One hoof.
One hoof.
On your 26, Hunter, you would recognise, you think this is that Sir Istable on Skydancer.
Oh, wow, really?
But he's
Istable is
coming
on his
in
way.
pretty quick.
That's a long way he's come off.
I will not meld into the trees if it's for him.
I'm going to put an arrow on the string just in case.
Yeah.
I am unaware.
Oh, yeah.
I did say there's a horse coming this way.
Oh,
Yes, as your scout, I also knew that.
Keen.
I was just testing you.
Bronwyn, what do your keen elven eyes see?
By the sound of it, is
Yes.
your master.
There are trees around.
Within 20 seconds, 30 seconds, you hear him first for sure. And you'll be well aware that anyone else around in the woods would have heard this guy. He is not quiet by any stretch of the imagination. You see Sir Istavold wearing this bright plate armour with various motifs painted on it, but the biggest one is a purple dragon on the centre. He's got lance held high because he's an absolute maniac, with a small purple dragon banner on it. You would be able to see that his armour seems to have a good few more dents than last time you saw him, as does the armour on Skydancer, his large horse. As when he sees you, instead of slowing down, Skydancer actually speeds up.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
It's a long way from Kresk.
Could probably shoot the horse.
Is our ally, I believe.
Don't shoot the horse, Elian. We've had enough of people murdering horses for no reason.
Bronwyn's gonna keep herself visible, but just move to the very...
Yeah.
Just in case this horse doesn't stop. Just move out the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to stand in the middle and fucking eye this horse.
It's on a golem, so she's fine.
You can see Sir Istavold is actually pulling back on Skydancer, and you can hear him, whoa, whoa, and Skydancer kind of comes tearing forwards and almost skids to a halt in front of you.
Huh.
Hail.
Sir Istavold, hail. You're a long way from Kresk. Is all right?
Yes, everything's fine. Apart from, well, you see, Skydancer. I think he missed you all, the big softy.
Oh,
Aww.
was Sky Dancer feeling left out?
You see him kind of pawing at the floor, and then his head kind of drops as he rocks it from side to side. Well, no, you stupid beast. You are the one who wanted to come all this way, and now I'm going to explain why we've left that lovely town behind us, and here we are. I told you they'd be fine, see? As you hear the horse gives out a snort, and his head comes back up as he fixes eyes with you, Red, for a second.
Red will put the book in her bag and clamber down from this amber giant and come over and put a hand out.
And same with you, Bronwyn, as Red's kind of clambering down, you see his head sway around.
Yeah, she'll come up and sort of like give him a pat on the neck, stroke on the neck.
Anyone? Where are people looking in this situation?
I'm looking past him.
Yep.
I'm looking at
the
him,
horse.
seeing if he's like still, if he's injured, like how he's handling.
Yeah, give me a
himself.
perception. Constance.
Just sort of chilling.
Like.
Elian is kind of looking more off in the direction of the vineyard.
You can see that some of the dents and wounds in his armour look like they've been hammered out, and even with them being hammered out, it looks like they would have been very deep.
Okay. Does he seem injured at all, or is he's all right?
Doesn't seem it.
Okay, cool.
He'll... Right, where do we travel to? Now that we're here, we may as well go with you.
Well, lucky.
Generous offer, yeah, that is our direction.
Not Kresk, I thought we had a deal.
We picked up a few things that we need to drop off at Balaki, and it is somewhat on the way back to Kresk.
You literally get to a crossroads and go completely in the opposite direction.
I thought we were on the branch that's by the center river, aren't we? Going down to
No. Yeah, this one here.
Value of on the way.
Yeah, so we follow that all the way down to the crossroads, and then we go away from Kresk.
Okay.
So you'll come out here.
And then we travel quite some distance away from Kresk, and then we get to Vallaki.
It's a scenic route.
Why did we need to go back to Kresk? I can't remember.
They just stop at dropping off the goods. I mean, we need to deal with the werewolves which are to the north, so we don't really need to go back to Kresk. If we can trust Casimir to bring this treasure to...
Only Sir Istovold's deal is that he was going to deal with the werewolves and we would help him when we dealt with what we've just dealt with.
Sir Istobald, why don't you come to Vallaki with us? We can make sure they're armed with silver, and then we can follow the tracks from there. Presumably Bronwyn can pick them up even though they're quite old. We can follow the tracks from there up towards the werewolf den. That makes more sense than going back to Kresk and then skirting the north border of Barovia, just hoping to find their den.
Are there any forges in Vallaki?
Mm-hmm. There's a blacksmith.
Yeah. So perhaps we can silver our weapons while we're in Vallaki and head out from there.
Seem prudent.
Yeah. We did gain some silver, and arming them to defend themselves is
yeah.
I do not like the idea of leaving that town undefended. The Burgermeister has been through a lot.
Well, you could always go back again. Now that you know that we're safe.
We are going to be hunting the werewolves together, though, aren't we?
Well, yes, but I'm not sure how Sir Istovold is planning on doing that without leaving Kresk.
Yes.
True.
One night away, and then we will hunt them from their packs. They attacked Vallaki more than they've attacked Kresk, and they have tracks from Vallaki.
That's true.
They are stalking Vallaki as well. When we left last, they were looking as if they were planning another attack.
And now we have Bronwyn. She may be able to track them much more easily than we were.
Yes.
If they are,
Yes, that's a great idea, Constance.
if they
That's
are,
what Elian said.
Sorry, I was looking at the map distractedly. Sorry, I zoned out.
That is Constance saying that, right?
Yeah, actually, just as a little in character aside, the reason that Constance, who was looking at the map, was distracted was because she was trying to work out if the remains of the wizard tower was like on the way to potentially the werewolf den.
It's only a slight diversion on the way back to Vallaki.
Sure.
Like it's the north branch rather than the south branch, so it doesn't lose that much time at all.
The werewolves are supposedly
the tower where
north.
I found you all
Yes.
in dire straits.
Yeah,
Seems like a grand idea to go back there.
Well,
not so much.
bearing in mind there may be matters there to lay to rest.
You believe so? I believe
Really?
hunting the werewolves is our priority now.
This is the first I've heard of having to go back to that tower.
One of our comrades fell, and we didn't have time to see to his remains because we had to flee.
Uh,
Do we
There's
need
probably nothing left, one way or another.
because his body will have gone back into the cycle of nature.
yes, I
Is that
may.
not in itself something good?
Well, that depends if it's happened.
I wasn't so much thinking about Gabriel as Esmeralda.
I believe if anything, we should be avoiding her.
Esmeralda?
If we
I don't think I know that name.
If we're thinking logically, Esmeralda, if she does go back to this tower, Esmeralda is somebody who we have had dealings with in the past,
Negatively.
negatively. If she has gone back to the tower, she will see that her caravan has been completely destroyed along with half the tower and will then go elsewhere.
Was she in the tower when it fell?
If she is, she's in the tower still. And
I could tell that she
They're
had
not.
been there relatively recently.
I would still
She'd
like to
been there
check.
within the past few days.
If it's just a short
We need to
detour.
go to Vallaki. We have all this silver on
Yeah,
us.
we
They
should.
need to go there now.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Werewolves.
And I believe tracking the werewolves from Vallaki back to their den is the priority. If the
I
tower
agree.
happens to be on the way, then
Who is this Esmeralda? Is she a vampire? A werewolf? A creature of the night?
from what we could tell, she is a vampire
Herself a vampire
hunter,
hunter.
but she is someone who would go to any lengths to achieve her goals, disregarding the people in her path. She has done so in the past, and we had a disagreement about, her treatment of the people, and I don't think we've left on the best of terms. I do not believe she is a complete enemy, but I do not believe she would ally with us readily.
I've never met her,
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, we best get moving.
Yes.
I see there is one more with you than there was who left.
Yes.
He looks over towards Petrina, who curtsies low.
This is Petrina, Casimir's sister.
Yes.
Casimir found some magic in the Amber Temple to resurrect her.
Oh, hey, Gollum, mate. It's been too long. I see. Well, if we want to make it to Vallaki before nightfall, we best move now.
Agreed.
That sounds like
Move
a
it.
great plan.
If you don't mind, I will sit back up there.
I'll help you up onto the perch. Or rearrange the perch.
Yeah, she'll reset herself up with her book.
Shadow, a Sky Dancer, just kind of plods along gently near you, Bronwyn. Taking her time and plodding along. What sort of pace are you setting?
She'd want to go faster than everybody else, so she'll reel it in slightly.
Medium pace. Medium pace is good.
I go safe distance pace. I go safe distance pace.
Standard march.
Roughly 3 miles per hour. Apparently.
Brilliant.
Standard.
You're back to this kind of wet, dead twigs and stuff like that across the path as you have small squelches in your feet. Almost makes you miss the mountain slightly.
Does it?
Oh, it's nice to be back off that mountain.
I think Bronwyn would like visibly perk up to be back amongst trees and forestry and grass and living stuff.
Barely living.
Comparatively to a mountainside.
You hear Sir Istavold. No, you stupid beast. She doesn't want to join us up here, so stop asking. Do you hear from...
Well, I imagine she would be more comfortable, potentially, on Skydancer than she would perched on the top of a stone golem, Sir Istval.
She was talking about Bronwyn.
Oh! I think the horse likes you.
One of my ranger things is I can cast Speak with Animals without expending a spell slot once per long rest. So I will let Skydancer have a direct conversation if he so wishes.
Oh no, I've got a freaking voice for Skydancer.
If
can it be the same? Please, can Skydancer have the same voice as Sunrise?
No.
Please don't.
If Skydancer asks you if you have a mirror in your pocket, just say no.
Okay, I've got the voice. I've got the voice. What do you say to Skydancer?
So like how are you, friend?
You get she kind of like fixes eyes on you, and there's a look of shock for a second as she kind of eyes grow slightly wider as Skydancer looks at you in the head, turns to the side, and she snorts. And Sir Istavold gives a deep, genuine, honest, hearty, warm laugh out that can't help but fill you with joy for a second. As you see Skydancer's ears prick up and then both twist, so they're both facing towards you. Oh, dearie, I didn't know you could speak horse.
Not all the time. Only when I need
to. How wonderful for us. You are much better conversation than old Istavold.
Well, he cares for you deeply.
No, I care for him.
He cares for you.
Oh, of course he does. He loves me very much.
You are a fine horse.
Perhaps once, in my prime, I was the grandest of horse. But the years drag on. She paws the ground slightly. Now, please, it would be my honor to carry you.
She'll accept.
Yay!
Yeah.
She doesn't really want to, but she doesn't want to offend the horse either. Yeah.
As she kind of plods along, she will just openly chat to you.
Yeah.
She is just like this loving grandmother kind of old woman who enjoys looking out for Sir Istavold and talks of him as a young man, not as the old boy that he is. And from being on Skydancer, you can see how old she is. Like, she's in full armor, and you can't see much of her, so her face is hard to see. And with horses, it is quite tricky to age them. But now you've heard her voice and you've seen her up close. She is a mature horse for sure, but still she moves so well, and you can understand exactly why she's got the name Skydancer.
Yeah.
She'll openly chat to you about her past and her history, and you're trying to gauge just quite how old she can be. She talks about fighting with Sir Istavold when she was young, and he became the captain of the Purple Dragon Knights, and how proud they both were of that moment. About when he got wounded and hurt. Doesn't really talk much about how it happened, but it did happen. And then when he chose retirement, but never was able to truly retire. Every now and again, you'll hear Sir Istavold, "Now what are you two talking about? Don't be giving away all of my secrets." And she'll just kind of plod along. "Oh, don't mind old Grumpy." And you make your way along the unbeaten path as you start going through the forest as it's coming over the top of you from both sides now, and Istavold's got to lower his lance. There is absolutely no doubt that there are stuff out there in the woodlands watching you and following you. But a group your size with Istavold on a horse, none of it approaches you. You slog through the mud. You get to the main crossroads. You've got the main right to go to Valaki, or the left to go to Kresk. Which way do you go?
Right.
Valaki.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you take the right hand. Do you go, after about 5 minutes on this road, you've kind of got the north, which will take you to the tower, and then that's the off-beaten road, which you've travelled a few times, or you can travel it round the south road that will take you near the turn-in to go to Argynvosthold.
Look, the difference in distance is not that much at all if we take the north track that takes us round by the tower, or where the tower was.
My only concern is that we're spending a long time with all this money attached to us.
I just want to check one thing.
Okay, fine.
If we get there.
Well, shall we at least give it a wide berth?
If both routes lead the same destination and you have business on the north track, then let's take the north track.
I don't think anybody's talking about a significant diversion.
Very well, as long as a significant diversion doesn't meet us there. It seems to happen every time we do anything in this place.
Well, in that case, Jakul, it doesn't matter which way we go, does it?
True, but looking for trouble is always...
I don't remember you...
looks to the sky. We may need to pick the pace up somewhat.
I don't know how to make this go faster.
The north route was shorter, so if we go north and take a small diversion to the tower, it should be about the same amount of time as going on the south route. Right?
Yeah. You've got a reasonable map because you've travelled that way a few times, Jekyll, and with both Red and Bronwyn with you, you think you should be okay.
No. Very well. Let's go that way.
Cool.
Right.
You
Keeping
make
in
your
mind,
way.
last time we tried to investigate a little something. We unleashed the dragon and lost half our party and nearly died. So
Perhaps.
No,
bit
did
of
not.
caution.
Actually died.
Yes, so a little bit of caution, and let's not poke the hornet's nest.
You make your way the less travelled road, going north as the forest really starts to close in around you. It's going to be hard work for Sir Istevald to go this way. You get towards the tower, and he's kind of weaving between some of the low trees, but he's not too bad. It's just a little bit trickier. You get to where the path splits, and you can see to the north the tower completely collapsed now. As your memory can't help but race back to what happened, with a blue dragon coming out. The explosion from the cart, which you believe to be Esmeralda's, as your eyes wander round. You can still see some blood stains on the floor. And where you had to run and leave. And where you look for Gabriel's body, it's not there.
Is the staff?
Yes.
It was in the air. Yeah.
In the air.
Still there.
Still hovering.
About 10 foot in the air, probably.
How long does it take to attune for that thing?
It was just knowing the word.
Yeah.
Okay.
How tall is the amber giant?
10.
Yeah, you could probably reach it.
Could I reach it? 10 plus 3 foot?
Yeah, you can grab onto it. Can you remember the command word?
Equilibrium.
Equilibrium.
Yeah, you grab it. Equilibrium. And
Anyone else want to hold on to this? It's a bit big for me.
It's a little use to me, Alien.
I'll hold on to it.
Alien can have it.
He'll pass it down.
Thank you.
I'm going to walk over to the debris
Fix
of
it into
the
his backpack.
tower.
Yep.
And cast locate object.
Ooh, nice. What are you going for?
That worked it out. Had to make it come up. Esmeralda's leg.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do that.
I knew it was going to be Esmeralda's leg.
Leg.
The leggy leg.
Her wooden leg, not her fleshy leg.
You have seen it.
That would be weird.
Yeah.
It's familiar to me.
Yeah.
1,000 feet. If it's through another dimension, is that considered 1,000 feet?
Such a good approach. Love it.
Look.
Leggy.
You begin to focus on it.
You can watch the little decision ticker happening.
Leg.
Leg.
Takes 10 minutes. Yeah, it's in the rubble.
Oh,
no.
Okay, I will run over to that and try and dig it out.
He killed Esmeralda.
I mean, that's what we were kind of told to do.
But still.
Yeah.
Yeah, you takes you some time, about 10 minutes, moving some boulders, and you find it crushed and twisted. It looks like it was trapped within the fallen rocks, and as you kind of pull it out, it's beautifully crafted. It really is a work of art. But Esmeralda is not attached to the other side of it. You can see there is blood on the leg. That may be correct in assuming that she was in the tower when it collapsed.
Okay.
Okay, Constance would like pull the rubble apart, around it to see if there is any.
Yeah. What
Any
sort of
sign of
emotion is
it?
it? Is it frantic or is it cool and calm? Is it?
It's oh, my phone died. It is sort of feeling profoundly guilty and fearful that she is going to find her there.
Yeah.
Because it was a stupid thing that we did as a group.
We?
Well,
I don't feel we're all equally to blame for this one.
So the others, you would see semi-frantically Constance pulling rocks to the side and moving things. As you move them, give me an investigation.
I will go and help.
Okay. You can
I'll
aid
stay
if you
in the
like.
clear.
anyone?
Yay.
Nice. Yeah. You find some of the rocks with blood on them as well. Some of the bricks from inside. From looking at this, you would say she was probably on the top floor. Perhaps. And came down with it, but survived the fall, maybe. Or maybe has been dragged off.
How close was the top floor rubble to the water's edge?
Very close, if not in it, in parts.
Right.
Yeah, you're near the water.
Yeah. I go to the water's edge then and just sort of glance around in the reeds or whatever's there to see if there's anything.
No.
Adam, the leg,
Yes.
the presumably has like straps that would attach it on
Yes.
effectively. I'm just gonna look at them and see if they look like they've been severed in a hurry, or whether they've been ripped apart, or whether the whole end has just been crushed.
So it's been crushed, and Constance, you'd be able to see this as well as you have a closer look to it. It's been torn off. The buckles haven't been undone.
Okay. I'll pick it up and attach it to my pack.
Yeah.
A leg now.
I mean, it could be fixed, but it would be a real job. Jakul, maybe with a bit of his magic and a bit of craftsman, may well be able to fix this. Whether it's worth it or not, I don't know.
Elian will put a hand on Constance's shoulder. Are you all right?
Yeah, we've just got to carry on.
Along with a false leg.
Well, she's not here.
True. So
Do you think she might have survived?
Well, she's not here.
well,
Can I take a look, like with sort of hunter's tracking mindset, to see whether I can see anything? I don't know what that would be.
Survival? Yes, please. Tracking her.
21.
Although from where Constance has been and moved rocks, it makes it a challenge. You can look at the soil around and the stones. And although they've moved quite carefully, you can see claw marks on some of the rocks further away.
Like werewolfy style?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whilst
The wolves have been here.
Of course they have. They were chasing them from here.
Whilst they were doing that, Red is going to go to the spot where Gabriel's body was and try and work out where it went. So tracking, like whether it's been dragged off by an animal or if it's been picked up.
Yeah, give me a survival again, please.
Survival. Oh, rubbish.
They've not done the best. You can't tell much of them, but it's definitely been dragged away by something big. It's not been consumed or eaten here.
Yeah. Gabriel's body has been taken as well. It's been dragged away. If you think the wolves have been there, then it makes sense they might have been here too.
Their claw marks are on this rubble.
We know
They've
that they
been
were here.
We heard them.
They chased us from not far from here.
They do eat people.
Remember, outside of I forget the city name now.
Valaki.
Outside
Kresk?
of it, might be outside of Kresk.
Oh.
Remember, they'd been dragging bodies out and then transforming them. They're building their pack. They're not just eating for nutrition.
Yes, but a dead body cannot become a werewolf.
No, but if you
I
have
know that.
youngsters that can't leave the den, you take food back to them.
And
That's
also, Gabriel had things on him.
Yes.
We don't know what's changing about them now.
Well,
If they have
That's
found
our
ways
next-
to find the dead, then they have an unlimited supply.
that is our next destination. I guess we'll deal with it when we get there. Hopefully Esmeralda is alive if she's been dragged off there as well. Hopefully we can make some sort of recompense by saving her.
And returning her leg.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I'd say we move on.
Yes, I agree.
This daylight is burning. What little there is of this place.
We need to get Falaki before they close their gates.
Yes.
Then we will have to pick up the pace.
Do it.
Fine.
Red will clamber back onto the amber giant and continue studying.
Does Sky Dancer carry anyone who is
Slow.
less fleet of foot? Only-
With Red riding the Golem. Golem is probably the slowest thing, isn't it?
but also relatively indestructible.
Yeah.
So if it
But-
gets a little bit behind it,
No,
it does.
it's about average speed, 30 foot.
Okay.
But
So
it
30
can
foot
just
is okay.
keep on going. It can just
Yeah, okay.
plod along like no tomorrow.
So yeah, the Golem is probably our max speed that it can go. The fastest the Golem can go. Doesn't seem like something.
I
that
say we risk it. Anything foolish enough to attack us out here will die.
All right.
We just push through.
Bronwyn has seen the opportunity to get out of being carried by a horse, and will return to being the forward scout, sort of a few feet ahead in the trees in and out, checking the way.
Right.
Yeah.
So Isful, I appreciate your confidence in all of us. And whilst it's true that the roads of Barovia are safer than the wilds, there is a lot to be cautious of in this land, even for one as mighty as you. Don't fall to the trap of overconfidence.
He's right, though, that we need to pick up the pace. So let's be cautious and move.
So Isterbal's going to try and go at a forced march pace, basically, which
Yeah.
is double time. So
Okay.
you're at disadvantages to any perception checks. You can't really be on lookout. You can't be making maps. You're just moving quick.
As we've been on this route a couple of times, we know the lay of the land. And is it right in assuming if we don't do a forced march, we won't get there by nightfall? Or
You'll be there after nightfall for sure. You think?
if we don't go forced march.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll go forced march for as much time as it takes to, so we don't have to forced march the entire way. If it's just like a
Cool.
Would Red
As
be able
much as
to
it
read, or is it going to be too rocky on
Probably
top?
too rocky.
Yeah, so she'll put the book away and focus on hanging on.
Yeah.
Probably in quite a good position to look out from there.
yeah. Bloop, bloop.
Onwards! Walk
On
me
top of
closer,
that
I want to
face.
hit it with my spear.
You set a good pace, and you've done this journey before. There's a few times. Jakul has. Are you taking point, Jakul?
Sure. Yeah, I know the route, and if I've had the maps and stuff done.
There's a few points where you're not. It takes you a second to remember the true route, but I'm not going to make you roll because you've made a good map from when you've been doing this route before. There are false paths, and some trees have fallen over. I think you've done this route like 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah.
So you cut through and round the forest in good-ish time. Casimir and Petrona sit quite or travel on foot close to each other, and they do move with reasonable elven grace, similar to that of Bronwyn. There's not much complaining from them as they jump and run at times across. It's a hard slog, especially from what you guys did yesterday. Not all of you are fully recovered stamina-wise. It's a good distance that you're travelling, but you do make it back to the crossroads before too long. So you would be well aware that going south takes you down near the river, going right will take you to the west, back the way you've just come, and left over the bridge towards Valaki.
Over the bridge.
Valaki!
Yeah, you push
Onwards.
through. As you make it to the bridge and the forest opens up, and you can sort of see down the river south and to the north over to the large lake Zarovich. You can see in the distance Valaki.
How's it looking?
You can see men, or the silver of men's armour on the wall.
Yeah.
You can hear a voice ringing out amongst them. The voice of Vargas.
Hmm.
With them on the wall. Just one more night, lads. That's not how he talked at all, was it? He was a bad Russian, wasn't he? Yes, comrade. He was slight Russian. Was he
I
slight
think
Russian?
Russian was Kresk.
No, Russian was Kresk. What was his accent?
Yeah, no, I think you
He
had.
was just an angry man.
Yeah, he was an angry man. Gruff angry man.
Just one more night, lads.
Yeah.
We can hold on. As you hear them barking. And a variety of the men back. Yes, Burgermeister. As you hear a sound. There's something in the night, sir. Coming over the bridge. Ready your bows, but hold it.
Are we in shouting range?
Red will cantrip. What was it? Fire. Create fire.
Yep.
In a hand, and we'll start
You're
just
lit up. It's dusk now, even after forced marching. You can see the doors are currently shut.
Conwyn would notch an arrow and aim straight back. She doesn't know any of these
Yeah.
people. They're just a load of random people who threatened to shoot her.
I'll kind of step and kind of say, it's all right, Bronwyn. We know them here. These are good people.
So you can.
She's going to look confused by that.
Is there a gate at this point, or
There's a gate up. It doesn't look the most secure thing in the world, but they've got something in position. And people along the walls near it.
Hold your fire, good people of Valaki. And if you could open the gate for us.
It's us, Vargas.
We have returned in triumph, and we are bearing silver.
I'll cast light on myself and make my armor glow nicely.
Nice.
Lower the bow.
Consistently upstaged by the cleric. I need to get better at this barding business.
Bloody
It's
cleric.
just too shiny.
Various guards shout back, and you can hear the captain quiet them. Easy, easy. The gate is, we had to close it to the best we could. If we open it, we probably won't be able to close it properly.
We can go round to the other gate. It's not long of a journey.
Perhaps you could send word to the other gates to be ready to let us in?
I'll meet you round there.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Thank you.
Lake gate?
You going North Gate?
Yeah, it's
Whichever
Okay.
one's closest.
Yeah, you make your way up the side. You can see in various places the walls have been attacked, and there's claw marks on them and cuts on them as well. All along this wall is a variety of people. Ladies, old and young, men, old and young, children, armed with a variety of weapons. Some just lookouts, some with spears, others with kitchen knives. But it seems that the majority of Valaki are on the walls. There's a mixture of cheers and claps as you make your way along the outside. And you can hear Vargas from inside. Stop that! You'll give away our numbers.
I'll
You hear some
during-
sort of hushed apologies from the people on the walls.
during our journey round, I'm going to because I can make myself like a figure of beauty that kind of makes people blind by weeping. I'll kind of not to that extreme, but I'll use my divinity to kind of like make myself stand out more as this
I am that good.
kind of figure.
Amazing. So
Yeah. I'm using one of my channel divinities to.
Jakul
I
looks
give him-
near angelic as this is happening, and there's gasps from the wall as he's glowing with holy light.
I give him some epic side eye.
Aw.
This is shaking her head.
Yeah, Bronwyn
How
looks like
much
she'd quite like the
goddamn
ground
drama
to swallow
queen.
her up.
Red will lean down from the amber golem and say, "If we get attacked because of you showing off, I'm leaving you out here.
These people need hope.
What we
Hope
need
is all
not
that's keeping them
attract
alive.
things to us."
Is this how you define hope?
And don't
Okay.
forget... Don't,
How could you
don't-
see this and not think of hope?
Perhaps you should cast
I'll
a
demonstrate.
healing spell of some kind as well.
I cast minor illusion, so it looks like Jakul is balancing a bucket of water on top of his head while he's standing there doing his great big pose.
I will swipe and make Elian trip.
Bronwyn will mutter something about children and move on.
It's a
When do we pick up
concentration,
two
yeah?
puppies in our group?
No.
No.
It's not. Oh.
Children.
We can't be serious all the time.
Don't need to behave like puppies either.
These people have been attacked constantly. They need hope. They need a sign of a hero, someone who will save them. They do not expect to live. We are that hope. We have made ourselves that hope. We need to be continuously that hope.
As you're making up, people are still kind of chupping and cheering low. You hear Sir Istavold. Old friend, Skydancer, give them something to cheer for. As you see Skydancer break into a small sprint and twist and turn until they get to the top of the north gate with the large lake behind them. As you hear Sir Istavold, he would give a call, Skydancer! And as he does, Skydancer rears up as you see what is basically this fucking Shire horse go onto 2 feet as the front 2 ones kind of claw at the air as she then comes down, controlled, as he holds a hand high. And once more the crowds, and seeing this and seeing Jakul, give out another cheer, and the door starts to open slightly.
Casimir and Petrina, are they with us or are they looking
They're
to
with you.
peel off?
No, they're with you.
Okay.
I think it might be worth not revealing your future plans, Petrina.
Yes, most people would not understand, as you know.
No, you are right.
But your presence
Yes.
may afford them a degree of protection.
As she says it, she looks over towards Casimir. not all understand what I want to do and why.
I imagine his other wives may be similarly confused.
Hurry up, you idiots, get in!
As we're walking in, I'll put a hand on Casimir's shoulder and kind of like whisper to him. I'll say, we will find a solution together.
As you're welcomed in, Valaki, you can see here in the north that it looks like various times that the walls have been breached, that something has made it inside the town. Some of the buildings are slightly more damaged, and from the inside you can really see how tired these eyes now looking down from the walls are at you. This look of exhaustion mixed with fear and terror. It really is. Every single person in Valaki seems to be on the walls, as you look round and see some of the faces you've remembered and met while being here. On the walls, you see someone you've not seen for a while. As he looks to you with a big smile and a theatrical bow, as he goes very low. With a tumble, and it almost looks like he slipped and fell off the wall, as he cartwheels off and handsprings and then lands on his feet. You see the great Rictavio.
Someone's got some energy.
Bronwyn stops dead in her tracks.
As his
At the sight of
smile
him.
goes from one to the next, as it reaches Bronwyn, as you see him stop, and the smile is instantly wiped from his face, as he reaches inside of his cloak and goes into a fighting position. And that is where we'll leave it.
Whoa!
Oh man!
Revelation!
Cliffhanger!
Oh no!
Ooh.
Oh, I love how happy in herself Cat looks right now. You're like, oh, like,
I know something no one else does.
Oh. Cliffhanger.
I mean, presumably Adam knows it.
No clue.
Catherine's going to tell Adam what's going to happen next.
By the way.
Oh, he gives me all this epic loot.
Yeah.
Adam, how long were we travelling for? I'm just keeping notes of the time.
Oh yeah, you probably got to read for a good 6 hours, maybe 7, something like
Pardon?
that. Probably about 7 hours of reading.
Okay, cool. I'm going to keep notes of them.
yeah. Shout.
It's
Indeed.
48 hours altogether, yeah?
So
Yeah.
7 is not a bad start.
Yeah?
No.
I mean, we can, considering the way the place is on and everything, the only time we have is travelling, when we're travelling.
Yeah. If you've got the option to be able to read and do stuff, is always nice.
Good thing we've got a golem.
For now.
Had a golem, no
Thank
longer.
you, Colin.
Call him Amber because that's his colour.
Oh, Amber the golem.
He's been named
What was his name?
Raven.
Was Raven?
Yeah.
He's been renamed Amber.
Renamed Amber now.
We can call him Amber. Casimir can call him Raven if he wants.
Casimir can have his own stupid name. Better name.
Indeed. Right, that was a nice one. A little bit different.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were going to be able to sweet talk Casimir into not going back to Amber Temple, but you did.
Well done, team.
Job team.
Yeah, good job.
Oh, we could have been shot of him, but we were too nice.
I thought.
I mean, I think the
He's useful.
consequences. Yeah.
I thought if he was going to leave, you were going to blast him.
Oh,
No, he's useful in that he cares deeply about his sister, and he might be forced to fight Strahd if he thinks he can help his sister at this
on
point.
the other hand, if he thinks, never mind, we'll get into it at another point. But at some point, I'm going to load him into a catapult and just fling him somewhere.
He can fly.
I was thinking, oh god, if he goes back to the Amber Temple and accepts every bargain possible,
Yeah.
he will inevitably become the next Strahd.
He will inevitably become our problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hello, can you remember when I wasn't really your problem? I was just slightly annoying. Well, now I am your problem as well as being very annoying.
Yeah.
I remember when he was just a dusk elf with a little hut that had one of everything in it.
I mean, like,
Really
considering
sad in
how he
hindsight,
has,
isn't it?
yeah, he has no friends and anything, and we're like probably the closest
no
thing to friends.
friends. Wonder why.
Yeah, we're like the closest thing to friends he has. So if any of the deals are kill things you love, we are the things he will kill.
I mean,
Cassia quite liked him.
he's got rid of the horse now.
Yeah, but we're the only ones left.
Horse.
Yeah,
Cassia liked Casimir.
yeah.
I mean, that just says all you
Really?
need to say. I mean,
She was the
had
one who made
such
that deal with him.
Yeah.
I mean, she made deals with everything, which is probably why. But
Red is sort of like
He was just
ambivalent towards him. She doesn't
Mhm.
really care either way.
I wouldn't want to be Casimir. You can imagine what his people think of him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and Rahadin is a dangerous person to have as an enemy.
Yes.
Isn't
Oh,
he,
well.
Bronwyn? And Elian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Looking forward to that rematch. Going to be so much fun.
Ding ding, round 2.
I enjoyed my half hour as a cat. Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
have to worry about stuff. I just got
Got
to be
carried.
a cat. I got carried.
Excellent. Right. If anyone still managed to make it all the way to the end in chat, hooray! Well done. Give us what letter? F in chat if you want to give a plus or a
Press F
negative
to
to
pay your
somebody.
respects.
Right leg in chat.
Right leg. And
Cheers, watch out.
Quick off the mark. There,
Aaron.
Chat.
yeah, I think I want that to be a new piece of art, though. I would like a piece of art of Constance
cat.
holding the leg, but I'd also like a piece of art of Red holding Bronwyn
She turns back.
post transformation.
How many people
wanna-
are we giving the thing out to?
I
Because
want
we-
some art of Red sitting on the golem, reading a book, looking very serious. Like,
She's
studious.
such. Yes, I can imagine her like little feet, like.
I'll choose one, and you guys as a group can choose one. So
We could roll dice for
It's
it.
my new BFF.
I'm
got
gonna
4
choose
D4.
Druza. I don't know
Roll a
you.
D4.
Let's roll a D4.
Hey,
got
for you,
4
you
people.
guys can roll a d4. I'm gonna pick.
Oh,
Somebody roll
I
the
normally pick Leopold, so I might pick Leopold as well. I might have two. I'll see what Druza
okay.
does. Druza, so
You get
Druza.
two.
No,
We'll do
we'll
all
do,
4.
fine. We'll do all 4.
Do 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
If you get
those
2, we get 2, and that's 4. So.
those who typed F in chat, Druza, you can pick someone, including me or an NPC specifically, to have a positive or negative for next game. So if it's a positive, they get a reroll. Basically, if it's a negative, they get a negative.
I always
And,
get scared when Leopold gets given.
Yeah,
I always
Leopold's
use
are
always
Leopold, 'cause
negative.
They get
Leopold's
that little
brutal.
bit too much into it.
You can't get
Yeah,
scared.
no,
I give Strahd plus.
Watcher, what are you doing to us?
Oh,
So, like-
Constance.
Negative.
Ah.
Plus or negative for Constance?
Positive or negative?
Negative. I like
Got
that.
a negative, eh?
Boo.
Red.
Okay.
No.
Positive for Constance.
Oh, nice. Cheers.
Nice.
CMKY, you can join us as well, because I never give out inspiration, really, so this is instead of inspiration. It's nice.
Yeah.
So if Strahd does anything next game, he's on a negative. So, well, he might. He's got some bits he might do, and I will do it as a negative.
He's just going to do something incompetent while in Castle Ravenloft. No,
Yeah.
Stubbed
Like,
his toe.
Wedding preparation.
Blood down, yeah.
In between.
Oh, yay,
Leopold, you were the
Leopold.
chosen one. You were the chosen one, Leopold.
You were
What is
supposed
this?
to bring balance to the
The
force.
force.
Yeah.
I wrote Leopold negative there.
Leopold gets a real life negative.
And who's
Catherine will
left?
find you.
Aaron
and
has
Aaron.
chosen.
in your
Aaron has
life.
chosen red.
Oh, plus
Red?
or
Plus or
negative?
nine.
Plus or a minus. Aaron, plus or a minus.
And Simke has given a Casimir. Casimir a negative.
Ooh,
Oh, and a minus for
Minus
red.
for
Oh,
red.
it's very mean
Oh,
tonight.
Yes, I like it.
All the negatives.
nice.
Constance got the positive.
Constance got the positive. Thank you very much. And obviously,
one person has.
no, we can. Let's encourage people like Watcher giving Strahd negative. We like that.
Good strategy. Bold
Yeah.
strategy. Let's see how
This
it plays
wedding
out.
is just not going to go together as well as it would have done before.
Yeah, the florist has pulled out and it.
Bought us callow lilies instead of peonies.
God flew
Lord
to
knows
arrange
they're
a
bad luck.
florist.
Who wants carrot cake in the wedding cake?
You know those garlands are poison oak, right?
Oh, Strahd.
Okay, who ordered the ivory dress? I specifically said white.
Oh, I'm so excited for a wedding. Let's make it happen, guys.
Yeah.
We've got
Wedding
some
day.
work to do to turn her into an absolute bridezilla first.
Can we have a bouquet of wild garlic flowers?
Like stakes inside them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like all the flowers are just fixed to the ground with tiny wooden stakes.
And her
Or
just
we need to get
anointed with holy
bridesmaidzilla.
water. And...
Whoever
And
becomes the
bags.
bridesmaid needs to be a bridesmaidzilla. Make
And the
things
part-
extremely difficult.
The party favours are just little bottles of holy water.
yeah.
Ah, cute.
Healthy.
We
I
have a
might-
plan of how to bring down Strahd, everybody. It's a wedding plan.
Nice. Are we
The
just going to
worst
become
wedding in-
professional wedding planners after this?
That's our
What's
group
Oh,
name,
yeah.
party
the
with
Wedding
a
Planners.
planner?
Yeah.
It won't make any sense for any previous episodes up until the finale.
But we'll understand it.
Yeah,
Will
from the
get it.
beginning. Go back to episode 1 and just rename us to the Wedding Planners.
The Wedding
Wedding planners.
Brilliant. So this weekend, I promise I will upload some of the old episodes because we're miles behind on YouTube. So feel free to check that out.
How much nagging would be constructive there, Adam?
All of the nagging, all of it.
Okay.
You asked for that. Remember
So,
that. You asked for that.
I got a little bit of work that I've got to do, but that won't take me a couple of hours for work. That'll be fine. And then I can, I'll get that done. And then I want to do some work on the new campaign. Oh yeah, and Watcher has shared with us. So if anyone's got D&D Beyond, they should be able to see the new source book.
Ooh.
And
Thank you so much. Thank you,
It's-
Watcher.
Thank
I've
you.
been digging through it already, and I'm really liking it.
It's nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is
It's
so-
a second magic crossover, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not even like a good Magic World. It's a bit of a shitty one. Oh yeah, and we'll do a Discord which we shall share and then say
Yes.
when we are going to do the stream.
It's on my list. Don't worry.
So I'm hoping it definitely won't be this week, but in the next few weeks, I will be getting up the wiki for the new game.
Ooh.
Is the plan.
Wiki.
I'm nearly at the stage where I'm happy and I just now need to flesh things out.
Did you still want some help with writing bits of that, Adam?
Yes, if
Yeah.
people want to get together and make my
Oh, yeah.
rough notes actually kind of make sense
Yeah.
and put it into English.
I'm
and if-
unemployed. I can do things with my time.
if people, so once I've got the wiki up, you'll be able to watch or read how it's going to be set out. It's going to be set out similar-ish to how the Empire wiki is. So with the different nations and then the different races and bits and bobs like that. So what I wanted to suggest is that if some of the viewers wanted to create an NPC, that would be very cool. If they wanted to make some NPCs who are in the world.
Yeah.
And from the different nations. And there's some bits and bobs. If that's the sort of thing that floats your boat.
I think Watcher's boat is
Watcher's
well and
kid.
truly
Fully
floated.
floated.
Nice.
So then they can, and then you can send me
Hardly
little
a
messages
booty, nice.
about them. Cool, awesome.
And yeah, don't
Uh,
forget the Discord as well.
So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, but it
Yeah,
will
yeah.
all
Matt's
depend on
doing
when I've
that, I
got the kind of wiki of what is the general knowledge in the world. So then, because obviously without that, it'd be very awkward to make NPCs, and they can be across power levels. But it becomes a bit trickier if you want to make someone very powerful, because then I need to put a bit of tweaking into it. I've no idea. The team social media will look into Discord. We'll probably make different channels, and we can have the art and stuff on there as well, and that would be nice. But thank you for joining us. When should we try and play next?
Thursday?
Yeah.
Thursday would work, yeah.
Back to Thursday. Excellent. It's a bit of a slow one, but it was a nice one, I think.
I liked
Yeah, it was characterful.
I made a horsey friend.
We finally left the Amber Temple.
We crossed the bridge.
Hey, let us never go back.
Yeah, that one episode we spent there.
We couldn't if we wanted. We destroyed the bridge.
I just want to point out that this is the Amber Temple. This is Ravenloft.
Excellent.
It's...
That's why we're going as a wedding party, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an
We've got-
experience.
If we can only convince Patrina that she wants to have the wedding ceremony in Strahd's tomb, we're
That
sorted.
would be great.
It would be so
Yeah.
personal.
Yeah.
And we'll
And
all
be
be her maids
intimate.
of honor.
Yeah, the tomb.
We'll all be the maids of honor, and we'll all be there.
Exactly. We'll all wear matching outfits.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Overall.
we need to pick who the maid of honor is going to be. It's not been decided yet. I will message you, Jekyll, some maps of
Okay, thank you.
Ravenloft, because you did go through the model. They might not be completely the same, but you will have some rough maps. So at least when you're in there, you'll have those, and then you can mark on them whereabouts you are and stuff like that. Will make
good.
life a lot better. Otherwise, it's man, is it a job? It's
Oh,
it's incredible. It's just like nothing I've ever seen before.
in the adventure, they give you a poster-sized map of Barovia, right?
Yeah.
That's maybe a two size,
Yeah.
and the entire other side is maps of Castle Ravenloft.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
It's just insane. It's just insane.
Final battle, I guess, is the point.
Good luck.
Well, we got the werewolves to do first.
Yeah.
To kill.
Otherwise, can you imagine the strop that Hunter would throw?
Yeah.
Before we go there, we're just going to go kill the big bad of the final campaign.
We
Yeah.
finished the campaign and Hunter's there like, what the fuck,
Hunter's
guys?
like flipping all the tables.
Okay, we're leaving now.
Ruining the
Okay.
garland.
What fuck did you attack him on the mountain?
Someone has there's a really good thing. Someone has made Castle Ravenloft in Minecraft.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
It's so to be able to walk around it in, I know Minecraft isn't super detailed, but you can walk around it in Minecraft to kind of to set it.
So
I
you're
might.
saying that we
It's
could,
rare what
you
people have
know,
made in Minecraft,
we could
though,
scan
because-
we could like, you know, have a look around the place beforehand.
Yeah.
Case of the
Could be
joint.
cool.
Case the place.
We can have a Minecraft walk. We can set up Minecraft and play Minecraft while we're doing this.
I need another monitor.
Via the medium of Minecraft.
That'd be quite funny.
I think if someone could make, like we were saying, if someone could make a 3D print of Castle Ravenloft, they'd be
Oh, God.
minted.
Bloody
That'd be
hell.
awesome.
It would be so
I-
much work.
I
That'd be
don't know if the
insane.
3D printers are big enough to do that.
No, what you do is you make it in levels, don't you? You make them
Yeah.
floored, don't you? You do like the first floor, and you make
But
it modular.
Still,
Yeah,
that's
but-
like big.
At a later date, you can just take it apart and put it back together how you like it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then
You just make the
towers
walls
and
and-
underground.
It would be
and
insane.
It's just
Yeah.
mad.
It would be
I mean,
insane.
it's fine. You guys will be fine. You'll have a whale of a time when you're there. You'll just be
Yeah.
like,
Make it Lego.
Like a
It's a
holiday.
wedding. Everyone loves a wedding.
How many episodes was it to
That
get to the
happens at
Amber Temple?
weddings.
Yeah.
How
It
many
was
episodes?
5 to get through it in the end.
5.
We could have done that in an each.
Remember when we thought we'd do it
Bit
in
in
one
one.
session?
Yeah. That's 5 for Amber Temple, which is that. So what, like 15, 20
15
for
episodes.
for
All right, guys.
Ravenloft?
That's 15 weeks.
What episode number are we on? Fucking 55.
Oh, wow.
jeez.
55, wow.
I've been watching things and people have been like, oh, we completed Ravenloft in 24 sessions. I'm like, what? How did you finish it in 24 sessions?
Did they just gun it, or?
Maybe they just didn't talk.
Oh wait, do you mean like
Just the
Curse
castle?
of Strahd entire campaign? In
Entire
24
campaign in 24
What?
sessions
What?
and stuff like that.
maybe that was like, oh, the card draw says that one of these treasures is under your seat.
I like that art's been a slow burn.
Yeah.
That comment of, or one if you all die. Session number 1. Well, that was a good campaign. Cheers, guys.
My mate Gavin's just started his Curse of Strahd campaign, and his players are like 2/3 of the way through the Death House at the moment. He was telling me about it, and I was like, "Oh, John! Oh, the flashbacks to the Death House." We did it,
like the Vietnam flashbacks, just like.
What was that? Constance, I missed you. Sorry.
Flashbacks to
the
Murder House.
Death House.
But he's doing a thing now where,
eye patch.
as a little way to show his players that this might be a fight that's too difficult for them, he's having the remains of adventuring parties who died there. I mean, so basically investigate the corpses and be like, okay.
This one was killed by a fireball.
We were so close to having 2 people die in the room with the one must die, if you think back to it.
Yeah.
Like, pulling that thing up, and then Hessia helping, and then Constance, like, defending it off with one arm.
Yeah. It was, I think, Constance probably would have died attached to that portcullis had I not had the bonus shield that, for that one turn, gave me, like, blade ward or whatever. Yeah.
It was, oh man, good times.
All it cost was 1 wolf.
Cheap at half the price.
I still haven't haven't managed to get a new animal companion.
Yeah.
I'm glad we will at this point.
I've apparently gained a horse, so my new best friend.
You're saying if Sir Istival dies.
If Sir Istival dies, we'll be able to travel across Barovia at a sensible pace.
Well, one of us will.
Why didn't we just buy horses at any point?
From where?
With what money?
Astani?
We had no money. Like we've like this is it's the first time we've had
never
money.
had any money.
Yeah.
I mean, before it all went awfully wrong, Hessia was going to nick the horses from outside that wizard's tower. That was her one goal.
Yeah.
Her one goal was
Yes.
to get those horses.
Yeah, you're right.
Stolen horses are stolen horses.
And instead they got turned into
All
Jack.
she wanted to do. That's all she cared about in that entire thing.
Before they became glue.
Yeah, before they became a cloud of glue.
Well, that was kind of the plan, that you'd get those and then have to leave them because they wouldn't be able to make it over that little bridge.
Yeah.
Up in the mountains.
Yeah.
So leave them there, and then I was coming up with all kinds of grisly things that could happen to them.
Oh.
Well, we did the grisly
rock.
things. We did the grisly things already. Big explosion, all gone.
Horse smash.
Cut the corners.
I'm really glad I found the leg. That's made my day.
That was good. I really
The
liked that
leggy.
spell. That was good.
Yeah.
Decorative leg.
I'm just imagining Constance just has it strapped to her back now.
Yeah. It's you know how you have the standard fantasy like bedroll and backpack thing of like
Yeah.
the blanket
Yeah.
wrapped up in the top. The leg is like wedged in with the blanket with the straps down.
So you just see a foot.
Yeah, there's
poking
like
at the end.
like thigh foot here.
There's a piece of art thing that I found which I really wanted to use for the next game for sure, where you get like classic RPG. You get like little pictures of your backpack, and then you actually put your items in it. So you
Like
and I
that.
thought, oh, that's super cute. Yeah, because I like a little bit of equipment management's quite nice.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's really taken the piss with being like,
Is it-
I've got 200 foot of rope.
Is it like you gotta fit them all in
Yeah,
in the
like
bag,
the squares.
pictures of the
Old
thing.
school style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's like.
Neverwinter Nights used to do it.
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, I want to do that. That would be fun, I think. Yeah, just kind of cool little idea. Anyway, right, so next Thursday,
Yep.
we didn't do any other videos last week. Work was literally all of the work.
Yeah.
Barovia LARP, come on, Kitty and Johnny, make it happen.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we weren't having to cancel all of our games, like it would be up there.
Nice. Transmuting muscles to maggots and eating someone from the
Grim,
inside out.
Grim,
I love you,
worrying me,
Golemir.
Grim.
Golemir, if you want to write me some NPCs for the new one,
Yes.
I'm
That
down
sounds
with that.
like the sort of shit that
Nice.
my nation are keen on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chance of Barovia the LARP.
Watch this
I'd
happen.
absolutely love to. We're probably gonna, if we can possibly salvage the end of the year, we're hopefully gonna do like a winter LARP market a few weeks before Christmas,
Oh, I like
And-
that.
and on the Saturday night have like a Varushkan player event evening.
Oh.
So,
That's basically Barovia the
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it out a little bit, and then
And I mean, the village you guys have got would make a good kind of like a mini Valaki,
yeah.
and we can get Matt along.
Drag me out.
No,
Yeah.
but then we won't be able to use our tagline.
LARPers and Matt.
We all laugh, except Matt.
I LARP, you LARP, we all LARP, but Matt.
Matt
Right. Let me make sure this is recorded properly.